four pillars, guys. Restoring the family as the centerpiece of American life and protect our children. Restoring the family as the centerpiece of American life and protect our children. That's number one. Number two, dismantle the administrative state and return self-governance to the American people. Three, defend our nation's sovereignty, borders, and bounty against global threats. And four, secure our God-given individual rights to live freely, what our Constitution calls the blessings of liberty.
Oh, yeah, we are back and ladies and gentlemen, I am extremely stoked to be here. Fuego in the building. What up, Fuego? We hope you're doing good, baby. Mike waking my cat up as usual. Good. My cat too. My cat too. It's funny because the other day I had something running in here like I was downloading it. I had to download it in real time. And it had the pew-pews on it. And I was like doing dishes in the kitchen. And literally I couldn't hear anything. But it was because my headphones, it was coming through my headphones. But I just heard pew, pew, pew. I could hear it. I was like, that's great. So anyway, ladies and gentlemen, enough about me. We got to talk about the man. This whole show's basically going to be about him. So if I take 2, 3 at the top, it's going to be all right. But ladies and gentlemen, the man's been busy. The man's been busy. You say, has he been busy locally? Yes. Have you say, has he been busy statewide? Hell yeah. Has he been busy nationally? Absolutely. But what about globally? What about worldwide homicide? That too. Yes. You know what I'm saying? Absolutely. My man has been all over the place. You know what I mean? Ladies and gentlemen, give it up for DJ Protocol.
DJ Protocol.
Oh, what's happening, folk, man? What's up, bros?
Man, I am so excited to get into. I mean, it's almost easy. I almost feel bad. It's gonna be easy because, we're just gonna catch up with you. You know what I mean? It's gonna be that thing where we get to kind of decompress, talk to you about how you feel, how you felt about everything as it went down, that kind of stuff. That kind of thing. And we of course we got some stuff to cover. My man Trump has just been, come on, dude. It's the game has changed. The game has changed.
No one can ever say he has never worked a real job in his life ever again.
It was so good. Lizzo endorsed him. Did you hear Lizzo come out and say that if Kamala gets elected, the entire world will be like Detroit? Lizzo come out and
she did, but then she was like, then she brought up Motown, and then she brought up, the transitioning into the auto and all that other stuff. Like, she tried to turn it around, resilient like Detroit and innovative like Detroit and all that other shit. But yeah. Anyway, all I got. Look, I'm turning a new leaf as I sip my moonshine and root beer.
You sip on that, and I'm gonna say, "What up, Rob Life in the building?"
What up, bro? I'm trying to turn a new leaf of pro. Don't know how long it's going to last, but hey, I'm trying.
A
I'm
YouTube
I'm
friendlier
putting
version of
I'm
Pro.
I'm putting on a good effort. So I will start by saying I love the weight that Lizzo is dropping off. And every big girl, well, I ain't gonna say every big girl, but big girls be pretty in the face to just be ugly in the waist. You know what I'm saying? And well, she's taming her waist. So I will say, keep at it, Lizzo. You're looking beautiful, girl.
The more weight you lose, the more you better yourself, the more you're going to be conservative. I can promise you that. You know what I'm saying?
Well, it depends, because we seen Dave Batista, and he's losing weight, but he's not becoming that conservative. He's definitely going the way of the Diddy party.
Yeah, I gotta send a shout out to Shane Cashman. He had the funniest joke. He said, "Who knew RuPaul's final form was Dave Batista?" You know, who'd have thought?
Oh, you know what? I got to give him this. He needs this.
I love it. You know what I'm saying? So
Good
yeah,
old, good
man.
old rim shot, man.
When it comes to Batista, all I can think is,
I know words, I have the best words, but there's no better words than stupid.
yeah.
No better words than stupid, bro.
Man, it is good to be back. For those of you that don't know, quick at the top, had a little bit of a health issue Monday after the morning show. I do with Em and Reef, and ended up in the hospital. Had to take an ambulance ride, so I really wasn't kind of back till Wednesday, and still working through all that on the tail end of it. But goodness, man, I haven't streamed. It's so weird, when you stream daily, as we do, sometimes 2-3 times a day.
Mm-hmm.
I haven't streamed since Monday morning, so it's just good to be back. I just feel good. You know what I mean?
Glad to have you back, man. I can't imagine. I don't even want to imagine not being able to share the mic and screen with you. No Diddy
Yeah.
pause.
Yeah, no, man, and all love to everyone. But when people are like, "Oh, hey, man, I'll fill in for Pro," I'm like, "Well, that'd have to be a different show then."
yeah,
I don't mean it. It's like it ain't the Beatles without John and Paul. You know what? It's like, well, that's a different band then. Like,
yeah.
no offense, and all love. You know what I mean? But Rumble on Rumble is Mike and Protocol. And whether you love or hate that for better or worse, I can't do this show with anyone else. You know what I'm saying? Or
That's
even solo. So the king on
that's the
the
way this
throne.
works. And we're gonna stick on that. That's right. We're kings on our thrones. You feel me? And when a king can't show up, you know what I'm saying? Hey, listen, you just going to get the best of until both
Exactly.
of them are available to be on the screen again.
Hey man, and
So,
I'll be honest, some of our shows, dude, I do have to watch because there's so much information. I mean, there are
yeah,
shows where we were covering breaking news as it was happening,
yeah,
especially during the assassination attempts.
yeah.
And then before that, when things went dark and they were firing in real. You know what I mean? We were just dropping knowledge and information. We've had amazing
Mm-hmm.
guests. We do a great job, I
Mm-hmm.
think, as a team of interviewers. So all of that wonderful. So, but we got a lot to get started. I want to let you kind of, knock the top off. And then I'm just going to I literally have notes for you here. I got like
Okay.
10. So I got to go like 15 minutes, 15.
Hey,
I already
listen.
know, man.
Hey, man, listen. All I got to say is load up and let's make it happen. You know what I'm saying? Load your clip. You in the range. Ready at the hot. Let's go.
Heck yeah. Okay, so basically, we're gonna go. For those of you interested, I'll let you in on a behind the scenes. This is gonna be Brett interview, BBC interview, 2 live mics, Trump Tyrus, Gaffigan Trump roast, Kamala vid, Kamala throws Christians out, Pro feeds them, Trump at the drive-through, and Pro so much more. So, and that has to do with my man's birthday is coming up, but we'll get into that in a minute. So make sure y'all get your cash apps right. Get your cash. We're gonna drop the cash app in there. You know what I mean? I believe it or not, I like this era, man, because before all of this, I'm old enough to remember before Cash App era, and it'd be like, oh man, I'll send you a card or something or whatever, give you a call,
Mm-hmm.
send you a gift
Mm-hmm.
card in the mail. But now I like it. You know what I mean? Because I can drop 2025 on your Cash App. I feel good. You feel good. Everybody happy.
Everybody's good. You know what I'm saying? Everybody's good. You got to show your support and show your love. Show your love and show your support, and I'm gonna make it happen. You know what I'm saying? Because man, I do this for us because you know we got so much we fighting. We got so much going on that we actually have to take care of, and it can get pretty stressful. It can get lonely sometimes, you know what I'm saying? Not knowing if everybody is aware or trying to share this information with people and get them to understand. And you got some people who just will never understand. They're just gone. They're just gone. And we got people who are just gone on so many other spectrums, on so many spectrums. Going to the materialism game, and they just work and spend money just to have materials, just to show people, to get exception. We got people who are going to the sex industry and going to pornography. We got people who are going to drugs. We got people who are going to the streets. We got people who are going politically. Like you can remove one and insert another where people are going at. And we have to understand that. And do it for the ones who aren't going. Do it for the ones who do want to take the information and look at things in a different perspective, And you may not know how to get that across to someone. And that's where people like me, people like Mike, people like Two Mics Live, people like Shane Cashman, people like the Hoteps, right? Cannon, HJ, Unk, everyone in their own way crafts a message because they understand that people are gone. But there are people who do want to be gone somewhere else, somewhere better, have a better understanding of what's going on, right? And we're out here just to put it out there and just to let them know. I'm down. I'm down with growth in people. I'm down with people who, finally see that, oh shit, I am going on this. I'm not going to be going on that anymore. Let me go do something. Let me be better. Because the route that I was going on was leading me to a very, very dark and ultimately the darkest of places. And I don't want to be there. I want to enjoy the light. I want to be able to take in the light, see the light, feel the light. So I'm going to switch up and I'm going to be better. And I love those people, right? The most. I love those people the fucking most because they live and they experience some shit, good and bad. But they real enough with themselves to see the bad, change the bad. And then for all the bad that they did do in life, they worked that much harder in the good in life. So that people can go and take the good and understand, well, shit, I took a bad path too. I ain't no bigger than nobody else. I just decided to be better than other people by making better decisions. Not high and mighty better, just better because I'm making better decisions. I made the better decision not to run across I-95 during peak traffic, and now I'm not hit. And
Always a good thing.
Let's just talk about deers. Let's talk about deers that are still alive right now that eat grass all by the highway. And then their family members and their friends and their I don't want to call them a flock, but the group of them. Think about the ones that did cross the street and they're dead laying on the side of the highway. They didn't make better decisions. And now they aren't doing better. They're in the darkest of places.
Right.
Same thing. It's just on a human level. We have decisions that can have us dead on the side of the highway. So, don't beat up on a person that has changed. Beat up on the person that won't change, refuses to change, and stands 10 toes down on the thing that is the detriment of society. Those the ones you beat up on. And I'm going to be that guy to beat up on them all night long.
Heck yeah.
So that's what I do year to year. And yes, birthday is coming. I'm gonna silence as many as my rants, but I just had to say that it was on me. It was bestowed upon me to share those words. Right, my words of wisdom. Like, if I have to give you a birthday gift from me of what I've seen on my 35 years of travel and the things that I'm doing now, that's what I've seen, and that's what's most important to me.
And that's word. And I think, man, I can tell you from my, personal experience. She said, Amy says, I love that, Mr. Pro. We are learning and growing every day. If we are doing life correctly, we are changing and growing. Absolutely.
Absolutely.
I'll say a big thing came for me when a lot of it came accountability, man. You know what I mean? When you realize, like, I find that's where I have a lot of trouble with a lot of Kamala supporters. I'll just say it like that. Is that accountability? There are people out there, and you realize you're like, wait a minute. If my family's life is going to be better, I'm going to have to go to work. No matter how much I complain about some rich man somewhere having something or a government being unfair or whatever, I'm going to have to go to work.
Yep.
But in addition to that, I'm going to have to go to work with other people in my community. And I'm going to have to go to work or nothing's ever going to get better. If I don't take out my trash, my house becomes a trash pile, right? If I don't wipe my ass, you know what I mean? My life becomes shitty. Literally.
Very shitty, stinky, funky life. Yeah.
So, and it's the people who defend their shit smell. It's the people that they defend all the trash coming out of their doors. And you're like, but look, we can fully prove that this way isn't working and hurting people. And you keep going. If it weren't for those other people not in power trying to get in power, if we could just take all of their power and hurt them more, all of this trash would magically disappear. But it's like, no. One thing I do want to say, I was watching the Georgia-Texas game, and I was watching it on the local Atlanta, Georgia feed last night. And I enjoyed that, and I watched after to watch some of the local news. And man, you guys got the ads. I guess here it's so sewed up. We don't have many political ads. But you guys, I'm telling you, every news break, if y'all don't know, and you're able to like dial into like a local Atlanta news station and watch like a 30-minute TV show or something, every commercial break is 2-3 commercials. 1 or 2 for Kamala, 1 or 2 for Trump, the way it breaks down. The crazy thing I was seeing was the whole Trump's trying to cut our Social Security and take our Social Security. Where? Nowhere, anywhere has he ever. And in fact, here's the difference. Here's the dirty secret difference. Kamala is like, oh, I'm not going to touch your Social Security, but I'm going to raise all your taxes, which means I'm literally going to dip into your Social Security money and take more out at the point of a gun. And those 80+ thousand IRS agents I just hired that just endorsed me for president. So, and Trump is saying, what now? I'm going to cut all the taxes. He said it again today, live from Pennsylvania. I'm going to cut the taxes.
Here's the thing. Here's the problem.
But just so you know, that in effect is raising it. You understand, if $200 of my Social Security check every month goes to the government for taxes, I now get $200 more in Social Security every month. I get $2,000 more a year. Trump just put $2,000 more a year in Social Security in my pocket. They're not smart enough to put all that together. No, but they're not. I know we got one listening now. However, that's the difference in my opinion. Anyway, I'm sorry. Go ahead, Doc. I just want to finish.
No, you're listen. Look, you're right. They are not smart enough.
I lost you.
They are not. No, my bad. I pressed the button accidentally. My bad. I had to take care of that. They are not smart enough to put that shit together. They're just not. They see other shit. They see the commercials. They believe the commercials. They fall down with the commercials, and it's like the commercials. It's them. Kamala is. Think about her supporters. Her supporters are the ones who are still yelling, Trump Project 2025. Even though the man has come out and said, I'm not a part of Project 2025. I ain't got nothing to do with Project 2025. My plan is called Agenda 47. And you can find it, even though that's been stated. Even though that has been stated, this rod, I'm trying to see, even my laptop bag was like, that's some bullshit. It literally just took the leap. It just jumped. I don't even know why it jumped. It just jumped, okay? It just took the plunge. She puts on her website, in the midst of her agenda, Trump's Project 2025 on her website, even though the man is like, I didn't do that. That's not mine. I'm claiming what's mine. That is not mine. This is mine. Do you have proof that that is mine? Because I have proof of what is mine. I'm telling you what I endorse. Her supporters are still stupid and dumb enough to believe that Project 2025 is his, and she puts it on her website. We're dealing with that. We're dealing with that, right? So it's like, honestly, like, look at that and then think about, hey, you touched me. I know you did. It's on camera. Damn, I did touch you, and it's on camera. I can't believe I recorded that shit. You just came out and snitched. And you told them everything, where the shit was and all. God damn. And then they run in on you and they find the tapes. And then they find the other stuff that was described as being a part of what was going on with the situation. And then you're fucked.
Yep.
Okay, you're fucked. You said this was me, I did this, and I had this. What up? It's just me, eh?
Me in the building. Good to have you, brother. Good to have you.
And then you have everything, and it's like, all right, fuck, I'm dead wrong. I'm in trouble. It is what it is. Let me see where I get. Versus, hey, you did this to me. I didn't do that to you. There's no proof. The only proof I did, we went to the bar. That's all on the cameras and shit, but we left. I ain't went nowhere with you. Look outside. You got in your vehicle, and then I walked to my vehicle, and that's all on tape, and I rolled up to the sunset. That was it. Track my phone. My phone got GPS. Track me, bitch. Where did I go? Track your phone. Where it's at. Like, I'm providing all of this. That's not me, but this is me. And people will still be like, nah, bro. Nah. That ain't what happened. This is what happened. This is what happened right here. And this is what I say what happened. And you're going to believe it. And everybody's like, yeah, we believe you, girl. But no. They're just saying it. They're just saying it. They don't have no proof. Do we want that to happen to people? Do we want if that woman would not have had Friday night flights, if that woman did not have a dashboard cam, I showed something that happened on the Beltway where the lady was driving, the car swung over in front of her, expected her to hit him. She slammed on brakes. They put that motherfucker in reverse, slammed into her, pulled up, and then jumped out like as if they was hurt, and she hit him from the back. If it wasn't for that dashboard cam, it'd be an ugly. We have those type of people out here. People like them, they need to be dealt with. Some form of dealing must happen to those type of people. I say put them in a dark room that has like 8 different doors that come in and they don't see what's going on. But the people who coming in all got night vision goggles. That's
fun.
The type of stuff I'm on. You know what I'm saying? I guarantee you they'll think twice. They'll think twice. That's where we have to be. We got to make people think twice.
Yeah, man. Make America decent again.
Make America
you know what I mean? Make this the kind of country where if I'm there and I see an innocent woman getting harassed, or I see somebody trying to do something and they're getting harassed, we go, no, not in our community. And that's part of the reason they've taken men out of the community, because men aren't controllable. Real men aren't controllable.
Yep.
So, dogs are controllable. Unless you get them with a nanny. So, but yeah, that kind of thing there. Want to start from the top, man. Want to drop this one on us here real fast, and that is just a couple of quick highlights. A lot of people have been over it. We haven't got it to go over it yet. We got this Brett Baer interview here. You know what I mean? Sorry, got the little asleep at the wheel thing here. So I want to hit just really the first question because it was so important to me.
When you came into office, your administration immediately reversed a number of Trump border policies. Most significantly, the policy that required illegal immigrants to be detained through deportation, either in the U.S.
You
or
tell
in
me
Mexico.
when she answers the question.
And you switched that
All you
policy.
out there
They were
listening, you
released
drop
from
in the
custody,
chat when
awaiting
she
trial.
actually answers the question.
Included in those were a large number of single men, adult men, who went on to commit heinous crimes. So, looking back, do you regret the decision to terminate Remain in Mexico at the beginning of your administration?
At the beginning of our administration, within practically hours of taking the oath, the first bill that we offered Congress, before we worked on infrastructure, before the Inflation Reduction Act, before the Chips and Science Act, before the bipartisan Safer Communities Act, the first bill, practically within hours of taking the oath, was a bill to fix our immigration system.
Yes, ma'am. It was called the U.S. Citizenship Act of 2021.
Exactly.
It was essentially a pathway to citizenship for the. Yes, ma'am.
May I finish responding, please?
Her voice broke up. Wait a minute. Back it up a little bit. Her voice crackled.
And he's trying to bring her back. It's Brett Baer. He's very good. He's won me over. I was like, man, on him. I was kind of him-hash on him. And after this interview and then paying attention, he's a good dude. And he's a good journalist. Because I went back to his Trump interview. He held Trump's feet to the fire, too. He didn't give him... This wasn't like the liberal thing where it's like, hey, girl, we love you. He put them both down. You know what I mean? So, put them both down, made them both answer questions, held them both accountable. Well, tried. And the funny thing is he tries to interrupt her because she goes off and she's like, can I finish? So, yeah, her voice cracked.
Responding to the point you're raising, and I'd like to finish.
Yes, ma'am.
We recognized from day.
Remember, the question was, how many people do you think have come in since you took office?
Day one, that to the point of this being your first question, it is a priority for us as a nation and for the American people. And our focus has been on fixing a problem. And from day one, then, we have done a number of things, including to address our asylum system and put more resources, getting more judges, what we needed to do to tighten up penalties and increase penalties for illegal crossings, what we needed to do to deal with points of entry between border entry points. That's the work we did. And we worked on supporting what was a bipartisan effort, including some of the most conservative members of the United States Congress, to actually strengthen the border. That border bill would have put 1,500 more border agents at the border, which is why I believe the Border Patrol agents supported the bill. It would have allowed us to stem the flow of fentanyl coming into the United States, which is a scourge affecting people of every background, every geographic location in our country, killing people. It would have allowed us to put more resources into prosecuting transnational criminal organizations, which I have done as the former attorney general of a border state.
Madam Vice President, a couple of things.
Prosecuted trafficking of drugs, guns, and human beings. And Donald Trump, but let me just finish.
6 Democrats voted against that bill.
Learned about that bill and told them to kill it because he preferred to run on a problem instead of fixing a problem. And in this election, this is rightly a discussion.
Yeah, shut that bitch up. See, I'm trying to be nice. I'm trying to
Shut
be
up,
nice.
silly woman.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. You're far too kind. Let me let me do something here. All right, we're gonna do a few things. We got to address some of the things that the silly broad said out her mouth. All right, because he asked him about the number of crossings that's happened since she's been in office, and we still haven't gotten that answer from that silly fucking woman.
It was a number, and she could have been like, "Bop, I think it's this many."
Yeah, look, we know it's bad, man. Look, since
And that's
from
the
then from taking place to now, we had about 100 million. You know, like she could have been like 100 million. Excuse me, Mr. Madam Vice President, 100 million. How many did you say? 100 million. Play
it
with the
was her
pearl
chance
earrings.
to lowball it. Actually,
Yeah,
it
right.
was her chance to go less than under Donald Trump.
Yes.
Possibly 2 million. Not saying that's enough, or not saying that's an okay number, but less than that. She could have. I mean, my God, they don't care about lying. So if you're gonna lie, at least do it to your benefit, stupid. You know what I'm saying?
Do it to your benefit, stupid. Do it to your benefit, stupid. So what's the name of that bill?
Something the anti-crime something border bill. Yeah. And I know because Senator from Oklahoma was involved in it, and it was a horrible bill, and we hate him, and we're literally about to vote him out. So we're a midterm state, but yeah, it's yeah.
The U.S. Citizenship Bill
Yeah.
of 2021.
Oh, okay.
All right. So they sent that bill in within the first few days of them being in. February 18th, 2021. Hold on, let's do this. I need to do this. I need to do this for the silly woman, bitch. We're going to class, guys. Bro's working.
Bam.
U.S. Citizenship Act of 2021. Y'all see that bad boy right there?
Oh, hey, look, the paperwork.
The paperwork. All right. Let me see. It was a legislative bill that was proposed by Biden on his first day in office. It was formally introduced in the House by Linda Sanchez. It died with the ending of the 117th Congress. It died with the ending of the 117th Congress. All right. Introduced House and Senate February 18th, 2021, and the bill died at the ending of the 117th Congress. Well, what is the 117th Congress? It's this. It's the Congress that took place in Joe Biden's presidency, the first 2 years. All right. Ended January 3rd, 2023. Okay. 2023. So from January, when Biden walked in the door, 2 years in, he had this Congress, the 117th Congress, where the U.S. Citizenship Act of 2021 died. All right. Oh, Donald Trump wanted to kill the bill because he called the Republicans and told them to kill the bill because it's a political win. Well, you had Congress from the time you walked in the door to January 3rd, 2023. You had a dead split in Congress with Kamala being the tie-breaking vote, and Kamala holds the record for the most tie-breaking votes by a United States vice president.
Ask all those poor parking attendant workers, Uber drivers, waiters, bartenders who are getting overly taxed on their tips because Kamala Harris cast the tie-breaking vote to, in fact, tax tips. Ask them whether she had the power in Congress.
Bitch definitely had the power. 50-50 was the split. She was the tie-breaking vote. Not only that, let's look at this part. So, if you have the president to sign it, you have the Senate plus the VP to get it through the Senate. And then you have 233 over 195. There's no bill at any point that should not have made it through your Congress. It should have walked through the House of Representatives at 233. And then once it got to the Senate, theoretically, all 50 of your senators should have voted for it. Of course, all 50 of the Republicans are going to say hell no. And then your vice president, Kamala fucking Harris, will walk in the door and say, it's ours. Here's my tie-breaking vote. And then Biden should have signed it. And then you wouldn't be talking this shit, Kamala. But what it's, unless you're telling me that Donald J. Trump has the control of 40 Democrats. Because then 40 Democrats will take away your 33, having you at 200, very close to that 200, 195 mark. You're getting really close to 195. And then 7 other Democrats that puts you at 193, which is under the 195, which would give the Republicans a win. He called the Republicans and told them to kill the bill because he wanted something to run on. Well, what the fuck? Even if he called 195 Republicans and told them not to vote for it, you still got 233 yeses.
And he still doesn't have any official power to do anything. He wasn't running again. He didn't want to run again.
He picked up the phone and said, hey, kill the bill. I'm coming. Hey, Democrats, kill the bill. I'm coming. No.
That doesn't. All right.
And you're retarded for thinking that if you think that.
That was the key when Brett said, but 6 Democrats voted against it too, though.
6 Democrats voted against it, which means it was shit to them.
And we know they aren't controlled by Trump, so explain it. So
No. They must be controlled by Trump. That's what she said. Trump called and told him to kill the bill. He wanted something to run on. Peace. Montoya's in the building.
Definitely.
Montoya. And how are you?
Probably our prettiest listener that I am not married to. So, yes. Anyway,
unless there's one in the shadows that never gets in the chat, until they pop up. Right. Montoya has that title of the women who aren't married that are in the chat. Because I can't speak on another man's wife.
Plus, I gotta protect mine the way they're coming after us. So, which just shows we're winning. Just shows we're winning. We're doing it. If we weren't dangerous, we wouldn't be fought against.
That's it.
You know what I'm saying?
So, yeah. But yeah, guys, come on, man. Kamala's around here lying. She's a lying bitch. She ain't shit. And yeah, man. Fuck her. Matter of fact, I got a message for Kamala. Go ahead and prep up the what you want to say. I'm about to get my message for Kamala. Cause listen, I mean this. It's the best message that could have ever been delivered to Kamala Harris. Where is my girl? Okay, here we go. God dang it, they fucked it up.
Rosa Parks. You acting like Kamala motherfucking Harriet Tubman or some shit.
Yeah, my man. Yeah.
Nigga, who the fuck to vote for, nigga? You know what I mean? You telling us to vote for this bitch.
Let's go. Run it back.
Queen Amy. Montoya says hello.
Run it back.
Tell your bitch ass nigga. You gonna tell a nigga who to vote for? You acting like this bitch motherfucking Rosa Parks. You acting like Kamala motherfucking Harriet Tubman or some shit. And even if the bitch was, you still ain't gonna tell a nigga who the fuck to vote for, nigga. You know what I mean? You telling us to vote for this bitch. like she did shit for us, like when she been in the office, like you did for us. When you was in the office, oh, you ain't did shit for us, huh, nigga?
Oh, what?
Yeah, nigga, we MAGA all day, nigga, we vote for Trump, nigga. Fuck you, fuck the Democratic Party, fuck Kamala Harris, fuck all y'all in the staff as a percolator as a motherfucking group. And if you wanna be down with the Democratic Party, nigga, fuck you too. CNN, fuck you too. MSNBC, fuck you too. George Clooney, fuck you too. Tom Hanks, fuck you too. Nancy Pelosi, fuck you too. I know all you motherfuckers. MAGA gonna make sure all you motherfuckers don't grow. You can't see us as BS.
Dude, first time I heard that, I legit got juiced and stoked. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
that was
yeah,
so badass.
It's one of those situations, man.
First of all, fuck that set and yo click you claim. You know what I'm saying? First of all, fuck you. We gonna start there so you know how we do it. You know what I mean? So anyway,
okay, that's an interesting question. I'll answer that question.
yeah, we got a good question in the chat. Check that out. Yeah.
It says, are there any plans for the huge amount of illegal immigrants that got to America legally but overstayed their visa? Yeah, there is a plan. Bring your ass in this motherfucking office and let's find out what the fuck going on. You know what I'm saying? Why? You know you're over your visa. You know you're stayed over. You know the date. We done called you. We done emailed you. We done left notices at the door that you're supposed to be at. The plan is bring your happy ass in this office and let's motherfucking talk. You on some illegal shit? Get the fuck out.
Right.
Life hard as shit. And you just trying to pay the money and make the money so you can pay your bills, but you're really trying to make the pay and do whatever. You know what I'm saying? Okay, cool. Let's work through this. You said, are you working on your citizenship? Do you want to be a citizen? Are you going to reapply for your visa? What the fuck is going on? Let's talk. Are you a productive member of society, or are you one of these poo butt ain't shit motherfuckers? Which one are you? Let's talk. We can work some things out. We can come to a compromise. But let's talk.
Agreed.
That's the
And
plan.
it's not like America isn't a nation of immigrants. A lot of them unwilling, albeit fair. We ain't get into that tonight. Come on, man. That's a whole other show. And we do, and we have, and we will. But tonight, we are a nation of immigrants, man. And there is nothing wrong with that. But it's these sanctuary cities. What I'm tripping on is that she throws so much chaff out there, so much trash that we don't even get past that to. And I would love to ask her, you know, I would never be able to. And that is, what damage do you think sanctuary cities have done on the legal migration process, legal migrants? And think about it like this. It was funny because
I was raised in a middle-class family. And Donald Trump.
Yeah, Donald Trump. Well, I'm middle class and Donald Trump. It's like, no. I'm legit asking legit questions that I need a legit leader to answer. But you know,
well, I haven't been to Japan either. Is that legit enough for you?
No. But and that's if you are truly somebody who cares about real immigration and legal and legit immigrants here that may have overstayed their visas, you understand allowing 10 plus million illegals in is really bad for those folks. Because when we go around and up, we just going around and up, okay? You know what I mean? If you were born here, you were born here. If you were not, you need to show your papers. I hate to be like that, but you put us in that situation. It's a different, I'm on a different game. You know what I'm saying? Something about almost dying makes you realize, fuck this. I'm not scared of nobody no more. What are you going to do? Take it from me? I ain't got shit for you to take. Everything I have, I built, and you can't take. I got some haters. You know how they come after you, and this one, you know, they're like, oh, we'll get his job. They don't realize, oh, and they're like, oh, you don't got to. Oh, I have much work and many jobs. I'm just not like you. You know what I mean? I don't just go. I'm more like pro. You know what I mean? We go and we get our own business and we provide our own value.
Yeah. Hell yeah, that motherfucker should have been packed up and a fuck back.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Oh, no. A rich person sent back to a wealthy country. Oh, no. Is that what you care about now? Is that your question?
Well,
And you
so
wonder
yeah,
why you're losing?
so do you know why that question was asked? No.
Well, I mean, I
So
know he was because of his
he's a
visa, but
yeah, his U visa. Yeah, his U
yeah.
visa.
Yeah.
So here's the thing, right? Fuck 21 Savage, fuck Savage Crew, fuck all of them. It's always been that from day one, you know what I'm saying, as far
Yeah.
as I'm concerned. And this ain't, music artists. Like, again, I said this the other day, I can separate, music from who the person is. And then when the music can be attached to who that person is, I will attach it. This motherfucker has caused a lot of turmoil in Atlanta, Georgia. He's caused a lot of families to grieve. Him and his whole Savage motherfucking crew.
Mm.
All right. 21 Gang has caused some fucking problems in Atlanta. Had some families hurting and crying. Some who ain't even had shit to do with shit that they had going on. And because of that, fuck him. Yes, he should be deported. He's a scourge to America. He's not a representation of black community. He's not a representation of black Americans. That punk motherfucker needs to be sent back. Because you know what? Most people will look at 21 Savage and don't even know that son of a bitch is from England. They'll think he's just a regular nigga from Atlanta, Georgia.
That's fair.
So fuck that and fuck him. Matter of fact, send him back on the same plane that they unfortunately put Aaliyah on. Motherfucker.
That's what I'm saying. That's
Straight
crazy.
like that.
You know what I mean? So, absolutely. And I think, the most important thing, I think if you ask the average person, man, and trying to, take the role of the average cat, it's about criminals. How about we just start with the 500,000 or so violent criminals we have in our country illegally? Let's just start there. Let's get the 500 million or so violent criminals out. Then let's get the 3 to 5 million people who owe money, have either they lived in a place, didn't pay the rent, that kind of thing, caused damage. They owe money because they had a car wreck, yet it's hard to track them down because they don't need any real ID, or they got fake ID, or just no ID, and they're driving and riding on airplanes, unlike me or you. They've gotten more, you know what I'm saying? So that kind of thing there. Anyway, it's that kind of shit where it's like, let's just take care of the criminals. Then let's take care of the delinquents. You go on ahead. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Let's take care of the criminals. Let's take care of the delinquents. Let's get those folks who make everything harder, because we know criminals cost our system money. If a criminal in your neighborhood commits a crime and hurts somebody, even say they don't steal anything, but they go and they hurt someone in your community, well, then there's police hours, there's jailing, there's the cost via your taxes to feed, clothe, and house them. Then there's the criminal trial. Then there's, all of that stuff. And then there's whatever punishment they've got to serve. And then there's the cost of punishment enforcement, right? So criminals cost our country and system money. Your criminals cost your community money as well. So let's start with the criminals. Everybody's like, traffic is so bad and everything costs so much. Well, let's get the 20 million people that don't belong here legally out, so we can start getting better people in here legally. You know what I mean? So let's just start with criminals. Then let's go with people that are delinquent, that have no hope and no chance to pay that back, that should have never incurred that debt. And let's just go ahead and let them go back to, where they're originally from, and apply legally to get here. Hopefully they've made some connections and done some work with some good folks that'll help them. You know what I mean? That kind of thing. So long story short, we're going to start there. And that is plenty. That'll be the first year or two. Now, Trump said something amazing today in Pennsylvania with Sage Steele. Something amazing, and it blew my mind. Because, Trump does that. You get all caught up in this political stuff, blah, blah, blah. For instance, I had no idea we could have an energy surplus. I did not know an energy surplus in America was an option till Trump provided it, till Trump dropped it on us. You know what I'm saying? So I absolutely think, there are things we don't think about. And he was like, I didn't need a bill. When they asked Kamala about the bill, she's like, there's a bill that Trump killed, and Billy, Bill, Bill, Billy, Bill, 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 Bill. And it was like,
Shut up, silly woman.
you know what I mean? I'm just saying, because he was like, I never needed a bill. I had the lowest, illegal immigration to ever in the history of the country in the modern era, and I needed no bills. I waited none on Congress. I just got it done. Now, what I also find odd, and why this is a deeper play and a move, is because who did they call the deporter in chief, if you remember? Maybe the most popular guy that everybody still loves, everybody still wants to meet on the b-ball court, everybody still wants to high five and be like, that's my guy. So popular, Netflix gave him $1 billion movie production deal. $1 billion. Was known as the deporter in chief. Who is that? If deporting is so evil and wrong. Barack Hussein Obama. B-H-O, yo.
Mr. Betty Satoro.
The deporter in chief. Think about that. So, and when he did it, he was like, I'll deport a lot of people. And I do it to keep America safe and to keep America healthy and strong. And everybody was like, yay, borders, go borders, strong borders for a strong America. And so, yeah, it's so anyway, yeah, we deal with this subject a lot. But I think really the average person, Republican, Democrat, black, white, brown, you know what I mean? Somebody who makes over $100,000 a year, under, $100,000 a year, you pull anybody aside and you go, okay, you take violent criminals that should not be here, that have no desire to get a job or be contributing members of society, that are now literally in gangs taking over entire city blocks and eating the dogs, eating the cats. Sorry, I couldn't resist.
Killing our family members.
That actually very, very accurate. And it's like, okay, man, so what do you think? Are we cruel if we tell these people to go?
They're not eating dogs and cats. All right, fine. They're not eating dogs and cats. But you know what they is doing? Fucking wrecking people cars and shit, driving without fucking driver's license, causing insurance to fucking skyrocket. They're not eating cats and dogs, but they are fucking ruining families.
But we have video of them eating cats.
You're right.
Yeah.
We do. But guess what? To normal people, oh my God, that's silly. Okay, fine. That is silly. But guess what? How about them sick motherfuckers driving around with no insurance? Wrecking people. How would you feel? And you got your motherfucking car, and that's your only motherfucking car, and you just not getting by with your only motherfucking car. And some motherfucking illegal from bumfuck anywhere done snuck in this bitch and got no license, don't know what a motherfucking driver's test is, done wrecked your ass up. And speaking the English. English? The policia? No, policia.
Yeah.
Like, really? Okay. Oh, that's so stupid. They're eating dogs and cats. Okay, fine. You want to call that stupid? Fine. But what isn't stupid is this. What if that happened to you, stupid fuck? And you ain't got enough money. Wouldn't you be pissed off? It can happen to you. We just talked about the lady, and those were motherfucking illegals. They weren't from America. They just knew, oh, hey, you get hit in a car accident, you could make some money. It's a quick come up to them. Yep. They are criminals. Oh my God.
We have a system that can be worked. Thing is, a lot of Americans work it, and we work hard to take care of them. I mean, and unwillingly, meaning at the end of the year, the federal government says, you owe me this much, try not paying them and see how that works for you. If the federal government says, because of, immigrants and car wrecks and blase whatnot, you owe us 10 grand at the end of the year off of what you made. And then your insurance, and then Geico calls and says, your rates are going up $100 a month for each car and your house because of the way things are out here. Try not paying that stuff and functioning and see how that works, right? So you don't have a choice. You are subsidizing these lifestyles. It is nuts. Speaking of that, man, we could go on all day, and I don't want a hard left, but I am so excited to get to this, man. I've been juiced about this, wanted to get to this right here. This right here is my man Protocol on Two Lead Mics. Yeah.
Shouts out to Mike and Mike, man.
They said,
Do not come. Do not come.
and then Pro said,
I'm gonna come.
you know what I'm saying. You already know what I'm saying. Let me cue it back up. I was trying to get some good cues here. What was crazy about this, for those of you who don't know, this is the Two Mike's live show. This was number 130. You guys can go to Rumble and get it. I'm not following this account. I am now. My bad. Anyway, you can see I really liked it. The guy who supposedly was the Trump assassination attempt guy at Coachella was your opener. So he opened for you. He brought it in. And that was interesting. And I'd seen that guy before. That guy's like a super edge, you know what I mean? Liberal, not conservative. He's one of those edgy conservative dudes. But it was interesting to see that guy. Let me show you. Just gonna show you a quick idea. There he is right there. And his thing is AmericaHappens.com, Vem Miller. But he's that crazy kind of dude there. But then let's get into it here. So
Hold on, guys. Go ahead, keep talking. I got to go off camera and find a fly
Okay.
swatter because I got flies.
word. And you can't do it. I know. Shout out, by the way, to Mike and Mike. Guys, your show is amazing. To the point I'm mad at you because you're just better. Your production's a little tighter. Everything's a little hotter. You know what I mean? You guys are a couple of degrees better. Dr. Mike, you encouraged me. I'm wearing the collared shirt. You know what I'm saying? Thank you so much for that. But you guys are an inspiration. So thank you. You know what I mean? Appreciate what you guys are doing there. Appreciate your production level. Nothing in this business happens by accident. I understand that. And you guys sit down. You guys have spent the time learning the production, doing it well. You guys have a well-oiled machine. Interesting, fun to watch. Just killer stuff. And for alt media, for not mainstream media, you guys are definitely a pinnacle. Everyone should be watching the Two Mics live show. So what we're going to do now, since Pro is in there, we'll just go and let's get it.
Ready to go. Everybody, this is Protocol. This is what he wrote me so I could introduce him properly. I don't know if I'm going to say this properly, but it's G.Chi Conservative from Savannah, Georgia.
He's
an active Republican in Georgia, career DJ and a small business owner, and he is the original Southern toxic masculinity representative. He's the host of Friday Night Flights every Friday night, right after us.
Representative. Yeah, we need more of that.
I think it's 9 o'clock he goes on, and he's a co-host of Rumble on Rumble every Sunday afternoon at 8 p.m.
Yeah.
Protocol, how you doing, my man?
I'm good, fam. How y'all doing?
Doing great, buds.
Voice.
Am I hot? Do I
Got
need
a
to come
radio
down some?
voice for sure.
Oh, thank you. I try.
He's such a
I've
pro,
cheated.
too.
I've
He's
been
such a
in,
pro.
Media, particularly radio.
That when they
since
go, you've got a radio voice. It's like,
2006.
am I hot?
So, yeah, man, I'm a little cheap, but that's all right. I'm seasoned.
So talk to us about Georgia, Protocol. I want to get someone that's on the ground over there, and you were on the ground over there. Not only are you on the ground, you were in a predominantly blue area, right? So why don't you give everybody just a little bit of background of where you're coming from and some of the work you're doing in support of Trump real quick before we get into Georgia, like, pre-voting and how they vote and all that stuff.
So, yeah, I live in Chatham County, and I also frequent Liberty County. And those down south in the 1st district, those are the bluest of blue. I mean, toilet bowl blue counties, man. It is crazy. I mean, but it's particularly because we have a heavy minority population in both of those counties, and we can dig deeper into that. But it is heavy walls, it's heavy Democrat. I mean, because it's just like the Democrats have been saying, they know that is the backbone of their party, or at least they knew it was the backbone of their party. Now at this point, they're losing ground heavily. As millennials get older, as we get new generations coming about, they're learning new things. They're more prone to the internet. They're watching people like us. They're not watching Joy Reid. They're not watching Oprah's best friend on CBS. What's her name? Gail King. Those people aren't resonating the news. You still have the few people who listen to Charlemagne, but even then, as we see, they're pushing him out there. But they're losing ground. You have tapes of their listeners calling in like, "Hey, boy, this sucks. We're not voting for Colima. Like, stop trying to push it down our throat." Excuse me. So,
and guys, I'm going to take a quick second right here just to let you know it's so important that what he just said you pay attention to, because this is what I see. In fact, I was in a fight on Facebook with it earlier today, man. And that is, there are haters out there, right? There are haters. There are liars. And you can show them the bold-faced, blatant truth. They do not listen. And if you do show them the bold-faced, blatant truth and they don't want to believe it, they're going to attack you. They're going to call you names. They're going to insult you. They're going to find an internet web article somewhere. You're like, but I have the person right here, and I have the screenshots and all the proof right here. So shut up there. And that's the issue, man, is that's what they're doing. And it's just such haterism and bullcrap. And the problem is they believe lies. It's the old 1984 thing, and the last command of the party was not to believe your lying ears and eyes. And this, above all else, must be followed. And that's the thing. They're going to tell you via your screens and via the web links they send the truth. And your neighbors and your fellow Americans and people in your socioeconomic demographic struggling alongside of you, they don't want you teaming up with them. Hell no. They want you only teaming up with them if you're doing the government's bidding. You can only work with your neighbor if you're doing what they tell you, right? So that's the issue. Listen, guys, so much in the next couple of weeks is going to be don't believe your lying eyes and ears. Just like that silly commercial I saw out of Georgia that was saying Trump wants to cut Social Security. No. And in fact, Kamala wants to cut Social Security. How? By raising your tax rates. That means she is pulling money out of it. This is not arguable, right? So there's that. Now, past that, Trump wants to give you more. Whenever anybody cuts your taxes, it means they put more money in your pocket. They give you a raise. Trump is already talking about increasing Social Security via no more taxes on it. Kamala is talking about, I'll throw a little more money in the pot, but all the taxes across the board are going to skyrocket to the tune of 30%. But we don't talk numbers and actual facts this election like every other election that's ever existed. However, just know the people on the Facebooks and the Twitters go, look at this article by Snopes. And it's that bullshit of, Trump said he was going to, no tax on tips. And it's false. He did not say on Tuesday, no tax on tips. He said it on Wednesday. And that's the shit they throw at you. You don't have to eat it. You don't have to take it. And you don't have to believe it anymore. So anyway, very important what Protocol just said in this interview, man. They don't listen to the people on the ground. We are fighting so hard for the people on the ground to have a voice. Not internet web designers, not people paid by huge media corporations to sit in a closet and give people that hate the idea, this is my fodder to throw at you. No. People really hurting. People really voting. People really feeding the hungry out there. People really working to make a better community. Those people don't have a voice anymore. And you may not like what they have to say, but they need to be heard. And Pro is one of those people. We're getting right back to it.
It's the tide is changing. It's like we have the older people, they're still holding on, but there's a headway. And I do believe, once Trump secures Georgia, because I do believe Georgia's going to
going red,
like full on this time. They don't have the scamdemic in order to pull off what they pulled off in 2020. And I'm not sure how we rock over here with saying that, but I actually have proof in Chatham County where there was a county that had 0 registered voters and 1,599 votes was counted. And they're like, oh, it was an error. Well, no shit, Sherlock. It was an error. You told us there was none, but here we go. There's this big one. So, with things like that taking place, and we don't have the scamdemic to hide behind, I do believe it's going to go back to the natural order of things as Georgia has read. I mean, if you look at the actual county maps of Georgia, of what counties went red and what counties went blue, the whole damn state was red, with the exception of like Savannah, Albany, and Atlanta, which is particularly all the places that are majority minorities, specifically majority black.
Protocol, can you answer this real quick? This headline obviously came out yesterday, said roughly 252,000 ballots. Now it's more were cast in Georgia. This is from yesterday, shattering the previous record set in 2020, despite Democrats calling Georgia's new voter ID and Dropbox laws Jim Crow voter suppression. Would you like to comment on that?
Sure. Yeah, the number now.
We're going to pause real quick and just give a very special quick shout out to Dr. Michael Schwartz. That man's a pro. Cool dude. Loved watching him. He's one of my favorite new people to watch podcast news.
Now is somewhere between 415,000 to 400,000 cast early. And I think that's due to two things. First of all, the Democrats are pushing very hard on, hey, vote early, vote early, vote early. And now the Republicans are telling Republicans to vote early, vote early, vote early. So, with that happening, the number is bound to steadily increase, and the lines will be shorter on election day. As far as them calling it voter suppression, again, in 2020, we set records on the amount of people who voted. And I'm sure this year there may be a record set on the amount of people who votes as well. It's just fear tactics and smear tactics, like demanding that, hey, bring your ID so we know who you are when you come vote. Who wouldn't want that? Like, when I actually talk to my aunties, my uncles, my neighborhood people who know me growing up, who are heavy Democrat, baby, how could you vote for Trump? I don't think you got enough time for me to explain to you, right? When they talk about the voter suppression, and I asked them, what's wrong with me showing an ID when I go vote? Would you prefer no ID? And they just say, hey, what's your name? Okay, here's your ballot. If that's the case, I can go to this precinct, then I can go to the next precinct, then I can go to the next precinct. Is that something you really want? And they're all like, no, not really. So they know it's not voter suppression. It's just a headline that they can put out there, along with the smear tactics of the left, and particularly Kamala Harris now, who can't stand on crap that she's done in the past. So now it's attack Trump, attack Trump, attack Trump. These are just things to throw out there to smear, to kind of keep people scared and, boogeyman it out, if you would. So it's foolishness. No voter suppression, no Jim Crow. My dad grew up in Jim Crow South. He got kicked in the ass for drinking out the wrong water fountain. He's a strong, he's more Republican than I am. You know what I'm saying? So like, I don't get down in the weeds with that foolishness. It's just smear tactics.
All right, we gonna pause right there and get a little into it. I do want to address one thing, and that is somebody keeps saying something I posted was false. That's not, that Facebook actually legitimately came out and apologized for. This is a disgusting, vile, racist person who has a hate group against me. Literally put on Facebook, me and like 10 people talk about how much we hate you all the time. And I was driving the other day and thought of you, an obsessed, stalking, racist, disgusting, vile person lying, going, no, this was false. No, Facebook admitted it. All the proof is there. All you'd have to do is quit trying to prove it wrong and stop and look from a non-opinionated point of view and go, are the facts that Facebook did this there? Did Facebook actually apologize for doing this? Is there proof? Do we have proof? Because if we do, let me not attack some guy I have a hate group against that I can't stop thinking about and threatening and demanding, call me, talk to me right now. You've got to talk to me in 10 minutes. Okay. But no.
Can I say something?
But no. Yeah, I just want to finish. But no.
I know.
Just look.
This is the finish for you. This is the finish for you, because this shit's about me tonight. My birthday is fucking Tuesday. We're in the middle of my motherfucking, and this shit's about me tonight and shit that I am doing to help make this country a better motherfucking place. I could be somewhere partying my ass off right now. I could be in my bed. My birthday is Tuesday. It's homecoming. Shouts out to Savannah State. I got a lot of shit going on there. Look. This is my message. You ready?
Now fuck that bitch.
That is my fucking message. All right. That's my message. You want me to play it again? Let me let you know. This is my message.
Now fuck that bitch.
Okay, so let's get back to what the fuck we were doing, and one more time for the one time, in case you didn't know.
Now fuck that bitch.
Okay, there we go. All right, let's back to what we were doing. Regularly scheduled program already in progress.
Yeah. Oh no, hey man, if they got hate groups against you and they're blatantly lying and ignoring truth and ignoring facts, you know what I mean? It just goes to show they ain't got shit. So it's all good. Also,
listen, I can't get in trouble for holding a bag.
Holding a bag.
I can't get in trouble for holding the bag. I'm always keep the bag, okay? Like we can't get in trouble for holding the bag, and that's all you need to know is that we hold the bag,
right?
We hold the bag. Look, so you know, we hold the damn bag. We hold the bag. Now go on somewhere. Stop with your antics and your foolishness. Right?
Exactly.
Just stop it. You're miserable. You're miserable, human, disgusting scum. That's what you are. That's what the fuck you are.
Exactly.
Like, find something better to do with your fucking life. Okay? That's it. Listen, chill. Yo, chill. That's it. All right? And if you don't chill, then we'll make them volcanoes erupt. Put that heat up under you. You in volcano land. You know what it is. Chill out.
Exactly.
All right. Let's
Keep
go
rolling.
back and let's finish talking, man. Let's get going.
Oh, we gotta go. And we about to wrap on this one, and we're gonna roll into the BBC one after this, if
Okay.
that's cool.
Yeah, absolutely. So, that's what I'm saying. Hey, you got a list of things you want to do. Let's go ahead and let's keep it done. Look, listen.
Now fuck that bitch.
All right.
Shut up, silly woman.
And that's way nicer, but yes. Oh. There's one more thing I wanted to get to you. By the way, guys, Pro is like, he's good, man. I'm telling you, Pro is the hero we didn't know we needed. All right. Y'all didn't know y'all needed. I found it back in the day in a whole pile. Look, there's a whole pile of people trying to do it, trying to podcast, trying to get their name out there. And then there's those standouts. The problem with the standouts in this business is that they get like pushed back because the average people know, oh crap, if people get a whiff of this man, if they get a sight of this man, I'm not going to get the gig anymore. They're going to call him instead. And Pro is that dude. You know what I'm saying? So it's that kind of thing there. But Pro is coming out. You know what I'm saying? But there was one. But Pro is so funny. He was so good on this. I want to show you here. Let me see.
So let me ask you this, Protocol, because it's like one of the things that I can't stand is a lot of the race stuff. It's a lot of the pandering to one.
Vote for Kamala Harris, and they don't even know who their children.
Who I know, definitely.
Who are like, oh, the headline now is Trump's up 50-48. He's up 50-48. It's like, you guys, do not get comfortable. Take your ass to the poll. Press that number. They're saying 50-48. When it's all said and done, the number needs to be 70-30 or 80-20. Yes. You know what I'm saying? Like, just shatter
Wrap
that
it up
number.
by 10 p.m. on Tuesday night.
If they say 50-48, you be like, yeah, I'm going to go make sure I'm on that part of that 50.
Well, Protocol, speaking of Georgia, and I already voted because we are sending that message out. Get out now, bank the vote. You don't know what's going to happen on election day. You get a flat tire, a storm comes through, and you don't want to multiply that by down. Right. But there is one Georgia voter who I know, definitely sure, because I think he told everyone he was doing it. I'm pretty sure. But Carter apparently voted in Georgia. And there's a lot of footage of them wheeling him to the polls. And, and I said, look, you had to have somebody fill out the ballot for him because he's not, even Biden has got dementia. He doesn't even probably know who he is at this point. How does Jimmy Carter, how does that vote even count?
Brother, when you find out, you let me know. Okay. And I've been throwing that flag. And the good thing is, like, my Facebook page is full of like Democrat family members, Democrat friends. And when I put it out today, I was like, hey, look, breaking news. Jimmy Carter went and voted today for, Kamala Harris, and I played the video of him on his birthday laid out looking like a corpse in a chair, and everybody's like, are you serious? Like, that happened. So now they're thinking, and that's the best thing that could happen with these Dems right now is they're rolling.
Get your notepads, kids. Get your notepads. Find your note app. Bust it out. Pull out a message to your favorite person and then start typing it. So when you send, you got it saved in your phone because Pro's about to drop science on this show, but we're dropping it on our show. It's scienceception.
Serious? Like, that happened. So now they're thinking, and that's the best thing that could happen with these Dems right now is they're rolling out Jimmy Carter, talking about he's voting for Kamala Harris. They're in the nursing homes having people vote for Kamala Harris, and they don't even know who their children are. You mean to tell me you can vote for Kamala Harris and you can't tell me who came out of your laurels? You can't tell me who you pushed out in the hospital, but you can tell me who that is. That's a problem. And people are like, this doesn't seem right.
Yeah.
So
he's been on hospice for 19 months. And with all due respect to the former president, I know he did a lot of good things after his presidency, but I mean, this is like par for the course. It's whether it's dead people voting or we're going to the nursing homes and we're ballot harvesting. It's more of the same that we've seen or heard about or know that happens behind the scenes. For Christ's sake, Stacey Abrams still thinks she's governor of your state, and she was the first election denier. And then, of course, they came out and they pinned that on Trump since 2020.
I just love how they need that.
Man, and Pro got him talking, having a good time. That was absolutely wonderful. We all enjoyed it. Look, if you didn't watch it, it's live on their channel. Amazing stuff. I highly recommend everybody check it out. It was just a good show overall, but the Pro stuff was so good, man. The Pro stuff was so good. And you got to kind of do what they do. Yeah, they let you go live. And if you notice now we got to get to I'm looking for where to go. There it is. All right, we're gonna share this tab. Okay, so we just gonna keep it going, y'all, because look, Pro been busy. Okay, so that was an interview with a very popular 10,000 plus per day listening podcast group. Now, worldwide, British Broadcasting Company or Corporation, basically the CNN, Fox News, MSNBC, all wrapped into one for England because they kind of have one main news source the way it works over there, if you don't know. But yeah, all of that is BBC. They did an interview with Pro. And if I can ask before we get into it, how long did they spend interviewing you? How long did they take?
Bro, we was in the studio for like a smooth hour and a half, maybe close to 2 hours, somewhere like that.
Wow.
Yeah. All in.
Wow.
Yeah.
You'd think with the need for content, they'd have let a little more out. You know what I mean?
Bro, with the need for content, bro,
you know what I'm saying?
with the amount of content that was taken, like it was crazy because there's so much they didn't. Like, you'll see my friend Ms. Val. Hey, Ms. Val. Ms. Val came in and interviewed with us. And outside of seeing her, when they were showing us, and like, you'll see what I'm talking about. It's really to shape the narrative because they chopped so much. Like, each one of us, they had to ask us, 15, 20 minutes worth of questions.
Wow. And yeah. And okay, so the interview, the one we have that's posted on your socials is in its entirety, is basically what they put up. Yeah.
The video you got. So
yeah,
I want you to pull up both. Pull up the print and the video.
Cool. I got the print right here. Oh, yeah.
Pull up the print one first. Yeah, let's read the print one first.
Okay, let me.
And then we'll play the video. All right. So.
All right. Yeah. You want me to take it, or you want to take it?
You can take it. Go ahead.
All right. So this is the interview Pro did with BBC. Basically, it's titled "Some Voters Are Unimpressed with Campaign Offering." First of all, BBC, you could have done a better job. You can tell legacy media that doesn't have to fight for views, that's just funded, and BBC is taxpayer funded. But you can tell because they don't have to do a better job. They don't have to compete in the marketplace. They just put out whatever. So the title of the article is Some Voters Are Unimpressed with Campaign Offering. I could have named that article 14 different things that would have got more interest. Okay, so here goes. Here in Savannah, I've been talking to John Pierre and Ben Adams, who goes by DJ Protocol at Straight Fire Entertainment Recording Studios. Shout out to Straight Fire in the building.
One time Straight Fire. Two times for Pope to Pope Music Group, man. That's my boy JP's production company, Pope to Pope Music Group. Yeah.
Hell yeah. Hell yeah. So his family is voting for Kamala Harris. Let's see here. Pierre is a father of 3 who works as a taxi driver on the side of his music career in order to pay his bills. He's a hardworking man, good American. His business is suffering as customers struggle to afford studio time. And as you know, as all you podcasters, if you know anything about this world, or if you like to go see movies, concerts, that kind of thing, you like to download songs, maybe go ahead and pay that $5 for that, record that came out or whatever. The first thing you cut when stuff gets tight. If you got a choice between, enough bread and eggs for the week, or, going to see, that concert, that Rihanna concert, you're buying your bread and your eggs. If you got a choice between making sure your gas has it, or your tank has enough gas to get back and forth to work for the week, or you're throwing $20 to your favorite streamer, you're going to make sure you have gas. I don't fault you for that. In fact, that's the way you should be as a person. However, the people who make a living doing this feel it. Just like the people who own restaurants make a living feel it, because less people are going out to eat right now, too. Let's get back into it. Pierre is a father of 3 who works as a taxi driver on the side of his music career in order to pay the bills. His business is suffering as customers struggle to afford studio time. His family is voting for Kamala Harris, he tells me, but he isn't going to vote at all. I'm just not going to give my vote to someone if I'm not 100%, Pierre says. Respect, Pierre. I still wish you'd vote for Trump. He believes politicians rarely stick to their word, and Americans most in need never get anything. I'll agree that is the way. Look, the people at the bottom get the help the last. I'll agree with that. However, under Trump, everybody got the most help of any time in my life.
So they twisted the fuck out of his words. When I shared this amongst my friends, I said it, and even he was like, God damn, they twist the fuck out my words. Like, what the fuck? So, yeah, man. Yeah, they did what they needed to do. And you'll see when we play the video after this. Go ahead.
For sure. And then basically we've seen the economy under Biden, Kamala, and we've seen the economy under Trump. And right now, I'm just not sold on anybody. Last week, former President Barack Obama told black men to stop making excuses. That's when we played OG, letting them know. First of all, click in that set you claim. Anyway, which did not sit well with DJ Protocol, a loyal supporter of Donald Trump. Who are you to say you're the holder of my black card and my experience? How high and mighty, he says of Obama. Tell us a little bit about that question, if you would. Kind of break that down. Take us there to that moment, if you would.
All right. So, again, that was like a good 20, maybe 25-minute conversation with them. I know I said like 15, 20, but that was, as I think about me and her talking, it was 20, 25, because she was shooting questions and I was giving her answers. I wasn't giving her sound clips. I was giving her answers that she had to morph into sound clips. You know what I'm saying?
So Protocol's not just a clever name.
I'm a pro. I'm a pro at this. Call me when you need me. And make sure the money good. I don't take bounce checks.
Let's not even.
So she asked me about Obama came out recently and said what he said, and I was like, yeah, first of all, well, you ain't grow up like me. You ain't grow up like me. Your mama white. Matter of fact, your black family ain't ain't even in America. Your black family is crossed away in Africa, Kenya. You ain't grow up like me. So who are you to be all high and mighty and say you the holder of my black card? You ain't got my black experiences in America. You ain't got my family experiences in America. Your family's American experience was of wealth and notoriety. That's your American background. It's not my American background. So you can't even approach me and even think to talk to me about something like that. And then you pushing this heifer, who essentially is you too, Indian woman who claims Caucasian, and the Jamaican father who doesn't claim any of his ethnicities, but just his nationality, which is Jamaican. And you gonna say, oh, you grew up like, she didn't? I ain't never put a red dot on my forehead. I ain't never had no Hindu, Badu, none of that. So really? Nah, don't play me like that. You don't hold my card. And you ain't hiring mighty off. I'm my own motherfucking man. I can think for myself, sir. That's why I told him I'm old man. I can think for myself. I've had experiences. I'm able to see the difference between living under Trump and living under Biden and Kamala. I see where the money at. I see which way the money went. And I'm going what makes sense for me and my family. That's just what it is.
It's not rocket science, man. At the end of the day, you know what I'm saying?
It's not, man. And they try and make it that, because it's, the African American community and people, they're backing him. And he says, they're worried about the fact that he didn't, or she isn't getting the amount of support that she got, that he got when he ran for office. And it's, they're feeling like it's a problem. And they feel like black men, and it's like, nah, y'all ain't got us like that. Y'all ain't got us like that. It was interesting conversation and dialect. We're working on something. I think we got him. That's all I'm gonna say.
Awesome. Heck yeah. And then they gave a nice little tagline. DJ Protocol also works in construction, which managing partner of a family-owned construction company actually is what they should have said. Would have been the correct way to say it.
That's what was said. That's what was said.
Yeah.
That's what was said. Yeah. Run a demolition company alongside my father. He started it when I was 12 years old, and I turned 36 in next week.
Mm-hmm.
So you take that for what it is. And
so yeah. 20 years. Yeah, man, you darn near could retire. You know what I mean?
Right.
Because he values the qualities in Trump that others might criticize as toxic masculinity. To me, it's just straight up masculinity, manhood. I'm going to do what I need to do for my family. So I can't talk as cool as you, so I'm just reading it. But you're right there. So.
Yeah,
but
it was it was interesting and fun. And in the video, like, you can see. Anyway, the video tells the tale of what they wanted to clip, and that's why they took certain stuff that they did and put it out there, because it worked with the narrative they was trying to shape that we wasn't giving them. So they did their best to cut it and turn it to that narrative, and it still came off the way it was supposed to come off, because there's no way to cut and chop.
I like that part. And not only that, but like, this is a game like any other game, right?
Mm-hmm.
You got to know the game. You got to know when they're going to snip you and cut you quick. And you got to give the kind of answers that don't let them wiggle, don't let them kind of squeeze out of it, where it's like you're blatantly lying then. Because if they can wiggle, if they can squeeze, if they can bend the truth, they will. So There is that. So, and here is the video of Pro's interview that we just checked the print out.
Of black voters, from where our North America correspondent Neda Taufik reports.
Georgia is one of the biggest prizes of this election, and the way to win this swing state may just be through Savannah and this largely Democratic coastal county.
I know it's hard being a woman.
State with the largest population of black voters, from where our North America correspondent Neda Taufik reports.
Georgia is one of the biggest prizes of this election, and the way to win this swing state may just be through Savannah and this largely Democratic coastal county. In 2020, an increase in voter turnout here propelled Joe Biden over the line to his narrow victory in the Peach State. With Election Day now in focus, though, Kamala Harris may struggle to replicate that performance with one key group.
Studio's so fresh!
Her Good Vibes campaign hasn't reversed a worrying trend of young black men abandoning Democrats. We spoke to a group who has no plans to.
All right, y'all, look at the homie. How cool does the homie look? I ain't gonna hold you. I ain't gonna, no flex zone. They know better.
Vote for Kamala Harris.
In my community, we've been voting all the time. Black, especially black people, we vote. People promise, and we never get anything. And right now, I'm just not sold on anybody.
His friend, though, is all in for Donald Trump, who shares the very qualities he admires in his father.
Very blunt, very brash, very straightforward. They say they're going to do something, they go figure out a way to get it done. That, to me, reminds me of, they call it toxic masculinity now, but to me, it's just straight up masculinity. It's straight manhood.
Hello, Savannah, and hello, Georgia. We love Georgia.
To stem Donald Trump's potential gains here, Democrats have dispatched their heavyweights. Kamala Harris became their first nominee to visit this county since the 90s. Bill Clinton was sent out to shore up the rural vote in the Southeast. And Barack Obama had this direct message to black men thinking of sitting out the election.
Part of it makes me think that, well, you just aren't feeling the idea of having a woman as president.
Not for nothing, dog. This is just a little personal aside note. But doesn't he look so, effeminate-ish, kind of gay? I mean, just look at him here. Just watch this. Watch him surrounded by black people in a real black city, and watch how he acts just feminine-ish. I don't know, man.
Now that early voting is underway here in the state of Georgia, there's even more pressure on the candidates to get their message out. Kamala Harris is expected to get the majority of black Americans who make up a third of the electorate in this state. But her numbers with young black men could have an outsized impact.
At Georgia's oldest public historically black college, Savannah State, many of these students say Kamala Harris will get their vote, but not because of her race.
Neither candidate is a good option at this moment, but
I just want to say that that's a lie. And not only is that a lie, because, well, there's a woman, a Love and Hip Hop star, just recently came out and stated she's voting for Trump. And there's a lot of other young millennials that's voting for Donald Trump because they seen life under Trump. And this has been said by Sexy Red, Walker, Flocker Flame, and many others who are like, no, I'm fucking with Trump. And there are other people who are like, hell yeah, I'm fucking with Trump too. Now, the problem is they went and talked to a very select group of people in Divine Nine, excuse me, people who aspire to be in a Divine Nine, which is the Black Greeks, AKAs, which is what she is, Deltas, APHIs, so on and so forth. But the real ones, they ain't fucking.
Kappa Alpha Psi.
The real ones ain't fucking with it. The real ones ain't fucking with it.
For real.
Those
Absolutely.
are soft soy boys.
Well, and it's, yeah, man. And they were like, we're not voting for her because of skin color. No, you're voting for it simply because she's not Trump. They did you see that? They did a poll. The largest number of people voting Democrat this year are voting for Kamala solely because she's not Trump.
Because she's not Trump. And that's why she's riding on the Trump bad train so hard.
And I just have to tell folks, the devil it can be much better. You know what I mean? The Trump
I don't even like calling him I don't even like associating with that because I don't want him to even think about the devil because, you know what I'm saying, the man moved righteously as far as I can, point out.
Oh, absolutely. I would turn it phrase.
So yeah, I know that's the term. I know that's the word, but I don't even like, that's like, picking the best of two evils. No, fuck that. I don't want to pick no evil. Fuck evil. I'm here to kick evil ass. I'm out positivity. And
I'm here to
forward.
get tax off my overtime. I'm here to get tax off my tips.
That's
you know
negative.
What I mean?
That is negative if they tax me. This man is saying, I'm not going to tax you. That's a positive, And that's what we have to get. Vote for the policies. Like, it's to the point to where they're like, oh, he has the worst economy. They say he had the worst economy, and then they say, oh, that economy was Obama's. Well, which one is it? Obama gave him a good, steady economy, and he took it. But then they say, oh, his economy was the worst. Like, well, bitch, which was it? Because I remember, I gave homework. I got to go check the comments of the show. I gave homework the other day. What was the name of the tax that Donald Trump suspended when he got into office? He suspended the tax. I want to know what that tax was. I mean, I know what it is, but I want y'all to tell me what tax it was he suspended.
Give me a second. Whoa. Yeah, and that was a game changer. I remember that. Payroll. Yeah. That was a game changer. Capital gains. He didn't suspend that, but payroll. It
was the payroll tax.
Yep.
And that caused paychecks to go up. People forgot about that.
And it's man, I just want to break down on a side note the reason that I'm on this train just as much as I like the dude. Look, I like the dude. He's fun to watch, okay? We're going to get into that. But past that, hey, I knew a name of a tax. But the thing there is that it makes so much sense because if I'm the kind of guy that is working 40 a week and I'm like, okay, I need those extra 5 hours because that's time and a half, and I depend on those 5 hours. That's my little fun money. You know what I mean? Every bit of my 40 hours a week after taxes and insurance and all of that goes to pay all the bills and, for the groceries and the kids' shoes. But man, that 5 extra hours a week I work, that at, say $30 an hour, that's mine. You know what I mean? It's not much, but it allows me to go to Buffalo with the homies and watch a football game. It allows me to, put, say $40 a month on my favorite streamers, to support them, whatever. But that's my money. And now Trump goes, there's no tax on it. So now you're going to want to work overtime. Now, instead of me as an employer trying to find 2 other people to hire, I can get my guys to work longer because that's more money for them. Everything he's proposing gets people more involved, more contributing, because he knows that if they're creating the product, I don't need to tax your money. I need your product to sell to the rest of the world. That's what I need. Let's start thinking like business people and not shitty government ticks, bloodsuckers, And that's what he's doing. And that's why I'm excited. And once again, more than anything, it's coming around, man. It's coming around. That's the part.
And it's on the way. It's on the way. They're going to turn it and they're going to see it. And I can't wait. But the ones who stuck on it, fuck them.
That's true. Well, I feel bad because they're on the wrong side of history, as they love to say. You know
Hey
what I
man,
mean?
you got winners and you got losers. And you already know how I feel. If I'm winning, if I'm up by 40 and we in the fourth quarter, my starters is still on the floor.
Yeah, exactly. We're still long bombing it. You know what I mean? We're still long bombing it. Wanted to pull this up just because it did my heart good. Personal friend of the show. Personal friend of the show, amazing dude. Once again, former Democrat. In fact, this man worked with Snoop Dogg and was a WWE pro wrestler, and now he's now he's an interviewer. This guy got to sit down with Trump, and this was a great, cool interview. Wanted to hit a couple of things there that I thought were. Let's see here. That's what I wanted to see right here. This is what I wanted to see because people don't know this.
It's not on the screen.
And
we don't have it. There we go.
Everybody had bodyguarded for, and you met my family, and you talked to my daughter.
Mm-hmm.
My daughter is 10 years old. Her name's Georgie. You guys talked for 20 minutes. If nobody knew, you could have been her grandfather. And you were talking about her horses and her dreams. And I was sitting there and I was like, I have been so wrong about this man because I never understood why you fight the way you fight. You're a family man.
I am. Well,
You're a father.
And your daughter's a gorgeous, really, and your wife, the whole thing. I mean, you have got some setup, I'll tell you. But your family's great and you're great and you've really done something and you've captured a certain spirit. You know, a friend of mine who's very smart, he's also a very big guy. He said, because I'm big and strong, people think I'm not the smartest guy.
Oh, I know.
Okay. You are a really smart guy. And I see it. I've watched it.
Wanted to ask you about that, Pro, because I mean, clearly you are genius. Like I said, I watched your show one time, and you everybody knows this story. No hiding it. I watched your show one time. I was like, this man's a genius. The only thing this man doesn't have is enough eyes and ears on him. If this man was out there, if people knew he existed, it'd be over. Because you're better than Tyrus when it comes to this stuff. He might, have that WWE background, but you are maybe one of the best interviewers, period, out there in America today. But I wonder, do you feel the same thing? You roll in, you know what I mean? Black Israelite level dreads, you know what I'm saying? Wearing, thugged out, not thugged out, but more militant out. You know what I mean? Fresh kicks on. Do people look at you? You know what I mean? Exactly. T-shirt it up. Don't be a goofy. Do people look at you and go, that's a genius? That's a college professor right there, level genius?
No.
Or do you have to kind of, you know what I mean? Get them there.
I have to. It's abrasive when they seem like, yo, what's about to go on here? I'm about to get beat up. It's about to get real. What is going on here? And then we exchange dialogue. It's like, oh, okay, cool.
Don't judge that book by its cover.
Yeah.
Maybe would be the thing.
This guy's smart. He may be the smartest guy in the room. We're going to tag along with him. That's literally how it goes. Like every time. Every time.
And then what's cool is when pressed, you're a true patriot. When pressed, you are a true patriot. That's a whole nother story. But yeah, man, I see some similarities between you and Tyrus as far as having notoriety, being successful in the music business, being just successful as who you are, deciding to follow your true path in life, do what you think is best for your family and your community, and getting a lot of hate for it, man. And you never scared. You are proud. Boy, I'll tell you what. I'm just saying, you know what I mean? You are proud. And you will join the most hated group in America practically. And you will do what you need to do what is best for your family, your community, and people who want the freedom to vote. Yeah, son. Yeah, what? How you like me now? You know what I'm saying? You are now about to witness. So, yeah.
I saw some lint. It's not cool. Yeah,
no worries. It'll happen.
That's just how good I am at what I do. You know those colors, right?
Yes, sir. You already know. I
know those colors.
Proud of it. Proud of it.
Proud of it.
But that's the thing, man, is that I see a lot of similarities between you two dudes as far as people looking at you one way, people going, a man with this look can't be a political science level or professor level political science person. They can't sit there in a room full of black Democrats, white Republicans, rich people, poor people, entertain them all, make them all laugh, create interesting topics where everyone feels heard and gets to speak on it. You do that. You do that every Friday night, and you do that every time you're in a room with folk. That's why they needed you so bad at HotepCon. You know what? It wouldn't have been the same without you. The reports coming back, you were a saver. You know what I mean? Because they needed that one constant of the whole thing, and that was everybody knew the pro was the pro. So anyway, long story short, I wanted to show a little bit of that, and then talking about that masculinity and manhood under attack, they get into that.
Yeah, man, it's crazy how masculinity is under attack, and they want to make men weak. But like you said earlier, they need weak men for a weak society.
That's true.
That's how that works.
That's true.
A couple of weeks ago, that was just
Of all time.
Of all time, yeah.
We beat network television.
You beat everybody.
And they were up 35 million homes, and it was a landslide.
Yep.
Now, you're putting it on me. I'm throwing it back to you, Mr. President.
Go ahead.
Why do we not hear more about Donald Trump, the father, the grandfather? And I did a deep dive. There are some things you have done that when they say those horrible things like he's Hitler, he's a racist, did they not forget in 1991 what you did with Nelson Mandela? Would you care to share that? Because I would love to hear
Boom.
that.
I never talk about it.
No, you do not. And I know why, because you're a man.
Yeah. I mean, I just have great.
I love that. No, you do not. And I know why, because you're a man. Dude, sometimes I'll be sitting here, I'm like, man, I should really put my resume out. You know what I mean? Like,
right.
And you've been in the Capitol. You've been in the room with Trump. People don't know.
Listen, look. Understand this, y'all. Let me let you know.
For those of you just listening right now, Pro has grabbed a bag and turned away from the camera, and he's doing things, and we are waiting for those things to be done, ladies and gentlemen. Boom. Platinum Plan, Trump, yes, right there, Atlanta, Georgia. You already know. Boom. Black Voices for Trump kickoff. Yeah.
There's a couple more that I'm missing. There's one more in the, but you know what? Fuck it.
I ain't mad. Do you, dog? Do you? But it's one of those, men don't drop their resumes. Why? Because what I did yesterday was what I did yesterday. You don't judge me on what I did yesterday. Because if you're any real man, you're going to be honest and say, I made some mistakes yesterday's past. But I did a hell of a lot of good things. Look at that. Wow. Legit delegate. Legit delegate. Not delicate. Delegate. Legit delegate, y'all. Legit. And an elector.
Now, see, those aren't fake credentials. Those are real. They're all documented. You know what I'm saying? You can catch me on camera. Every last one of the things that I just showed you, right? 3 things, 3 moments where President Donald J. Trump was in the state of Georgia handling business, 2 for the black community, 1 for the state of Georgia as a whole. I was in all 3 rooms. Okay? In October of 2019, I was in the White House with Donald J. Trump. I was in the room. Okay? It's not to just my resume. Like it's, if you follow me on social media, then you see me. I don't have to consistently throw it out there, but you have people who try to diminish people because they don't know who they step into. So sometimes you just got to pull out the bag and let them know what the business is. That's not all that's in the bag. That's just, things that I have in the bag. But particularly, not so much of what's in the bag at that moment, although there's some things in the bag because it's the Barney bag, as you've seen what was printed on the bag. We stay ready. We will defend our honor. We will defend our name. We will defend our family.
At the end of the day, if you don't like me, it's better off that you make my life a living hell, or at least try. You can't really, but because I control my life and no other man controls it. But if you come after my family, it becomes different. And I'm not like most of you. Okay, so we're going to leave it there. Let's just say, in the movies, when the hero gets the bad guy and he takes him down to that dungeon and he throws him in the room, and there's the guy that's like, yes, hero, I'll get the information you need out of this guy. That's me. Okay, I do the things we don't talk about, that we can't talk about. Okay, those are the things I dream about doing to people that threaten my family. I hope they keep me here. So thank you. So let's not. Okay? Let's not. Do not test our families. And don't test our freedoms.
No. Okay. No. Don't test. No. Don't test them.
That's what I'm saying.
That's Don the Duck, if y'all didn't know.
He's gay. I want one of those so bad. He's gangster. He's gangster. All right. And I just want, because no one talks about the Mandela stuff. In fact, to be honest, bro, I'd forgot. He did a whole thing.
No, I didn't. Man, listen, I didn't forget about Mandela. I didn't forget about Michael Jackson. I didn't forget about right? I seen it. It was like, I need it.
Shut up, Will.
Yeah, I didn't forget about Michael Jackson. I didn't forget about Jennifer Hudson. I didn't forget about Muammar Gaddafi. Right? There's so many things Trump has done. I didn't forget about Muhammad Ali. Right? I didn't forget about Mike Tyson. Right? I didn't forget about any of that. Damn sure didn't forget about him being in the studio with G Unit.
He's just, quite frankly, he's the most disappointing racist to ever walk the face of the planet.
Man, the man is in Bobby Brown video, bro.
He brought Omarosa to life. You know what I mean? He's taking.
Fuck Omarosa. The man is is in my. That's not my prerogative. That's oh man, that is my prerogative.
Do what I want to do. Yep.
It's my prerogative. Yep. He's in the video. Bobby Brown was on Trump Towers. Trump was looking like, well, I'll be. Bobby, what are you doing?
Can we have somebody call his people? You're doing racism wrong, sir. You're really, like, however a racist is supposed to be, you're not doing it like they call you racist, but like you're literally the opposite. Behave the opposite and seem the opposite of what a racist is. We're gonna get into this real fast, just because I want all the listeners to know.
Great relationships with a lot of people. People say that, a little bit like you do. I don't think it's a narrative the press likes. Maybe it's not even a narrative that I should have. We have to protect our country, and maybe we should let the other side. I don't even call them the enemy. I think we have more of an enemy from within than we do from outside. If you have a smart president, they talk about China and Russia and everything else. If you have a smart president, they're not going to be the problem. We have a bigger problem from within, and they hate it. I noticed today they were saying, he said the enemy from within. Of course, it's Adam Schiff. These are bad people. These are sick people and bad people. And it's true. But I think it's a narrative that they don't like, frankly. I think the fake news, a term I think I came up with. I'm very proud.
Oh, you did. You coined it.
It's not tough.
Probably trademark it. but I'm not going to.
Yeah, shit, right.
I'm not going to give you business tips.
But it's funny because it's a great term, but it's actually not strong enough because it's beyond fake. It's really bad.
Nelson Mandela and 80 of his constituents were trying to come to the United States.
Yeah.
This is so cool. Trump doesn't want to talk about the good things he's done. He's like, yeah, but our country, and there are bad people, and we got to protect our country. And Tyrus is like, let's go back, man. People need to know the good things you've done.
The United States government wasn't helping him. No one was helping him. You chartered a 727 plane for their entire trip.
Yeah.
How was somebody, and that's crazy because you can talk about anything, and why is it hard for you to talk about the things you've done? It runs in your family. Your father helped build a synagogue. I mean, why do we not know those things?
It's something that I've never, I love doing it. I don't need praise for it. I don't, we all like a certain level of praise, but I've never, I just like helping people. I help a lot of people and I enjoy doing it and I never talk about it. It's nice that you bring it up. I also think it's not a narrative that the press likes talking about. For me.
But I think it would help a lot of the American people who have been misled, I myself included. Now, listen, I'm voting for you now because of the man you are, not just because of the policies, because not every American.
Boom. Look at that. I'm voting for you because of the man you are, coming from a family man who has sacrificed his body to make a living, a small business owner, building his name. And he's voting for Trump because of the man Trump is and what Trump has actually done for black folks as a black man. I just wanted people to see that because, yeah, there's you, and that's awesome. But people can go, oh, you're an outlier. You're 1 in 10 billion. And then we show Tyrus, and we can show more folk, and we can show Sage Steele from today. And you can only start showing so many folk before you're like, oh, well, maybe I'm believing the wrong shit here. Maybe this guy isn't what they're. No, you still have the right to not like him. That's fine, but don't lie, man. Be honest. Don't lie. No one can stop you from liking. That's your right as an American to support or not support whoever you like. But if you're not going to support this man, don't support him for the right reasons. And racism ain't one of them.
Mm-hmm.
And much better than Kamala there too, man. That's let's not even get into that. Let me ask you a quick question. Side note, man. We're gonna, let that one ride because we got to get to the roast and your BDAY to make sure we close that out and maybe hit a little bit of the Kamala thing, her weird video. But have you noticed Candace is not in this election like at all this year? And a lot of people, your Milos, your Fuenteses, I mean, they're getting their bumps and they're working their grift, but they are not associated like before. Why do you think that is?
Candace Owens?
Yeah.
Because she shitted on Trump.
And she didn't come back around.
She shitted on Trump. And she shitted on Trump. And that motherfucker came back and she was like, oh, fuck. Which is why she's just talking shit about, Kamala Harris. And leaning in on attacking her. Because she can't go back. She can't. She's a black woman.
Right.
She's not gonna, I'm sorry. It's not in her. It's not in her. So she's just attacking Kamala and yeah.
She's like, yeah, she is a powerful black woman. You know what I mean? So I did have this I wanted to drop. This is the kind of a wrap up of the interview that Kamala did with Brett. If people didn't get to watch the whole thing, we went ahead and
crossed the borders. Harris, thank you for joining us.
Thank you for having me, Brad.
Thank you.
We'll see how this goes for you.
Mrs. Harris, how many people do you believe have crossed the borders? Miss Harris. Kamala, please. Mrs. Vice President, it's a simple question.
I'm speaking. Excuse me, I'm speaking.
I apologize.
Oh, wow.
All right, well, I'm just going to say it. She destroyed him. Oh my gosh.
Right? Oh, golly, he's so embarrassed.
I bet those Republicans are regretting that one.
Kamala, Kamala, Kamala. Seamus is the man.
Shouts out to Freedom Tunes, man.
Yeah.
Freedom Tunes be doing some dope ass shit, bro. That's fucking that's what's up. I only saw her like just, wailing out. Ooh, ooh. I did not see her get ejected, and I did not see them. I didn't see that. So shouts out to Freedom Tunes, man. That's a great synopsis. That is a great synopsis of what happened.
And then, hey, man, I'm dealing with them on my Facebook page right now. People are like, she killed. Oh, yeah. You're an idiot. And you're like, okay.
If she killed, those people would not have brought her in late and would not have taken her out very early.
Correct.
Cut it. We're done. We gotta go. Madam President, Vice President, what is it that you plan to do on fixing the shit that you fucked up? Well, Trump's been running, bitch. I ain't asked you about him running for office. I asked about what you gonna do. Why the fuck is you talking about him running for office? This is about you being in office for 3.5 years. And you telling me that he is running for office. I don't care. This is about you, bitch. That's why I love at the end when Brett was like, well, thank you. I hope you were able to get out how you felt about Trump. Although tonight we were here to try and, understand you. That was my out of everything. Like, I enjoyed the beginning, but out of everything that happened, that ending where he was like, okay, well, we tried to get you to answer some questions, and all you wanted to do is talk about Trump. I hope you were able to get everything out that you had to feel about Trump. Oh, I have more to say about Trump. Like this literally, can you pull up the end of that? Just pull up the end of the interview. If you want me to get it, because I can get it right quick if you need me to.
I was gonna say, give me a second. I got it. It's just gonna take me probably like a minute, like maybe 60 seconds.
Okay. Like, y'all better pay attention. If you want to be somebody, if you want to go somewhere, you better wake up and pay attention. All right, chat. What movie is that from, chat? Chat, what movie is that from? Come on, chat. What movie?
That's not the one.
I know y'all know Chatty Chat.
There it is. Okay, it's saying it's the one. Hold on. Give me a second. I'm pulling it up. I'll find it. There it is. There we go. Share this tab. Boom.
Amy says she doesn't know. When you have this, I got it ready to rock and roll to let the people know where this come from.
Okay, cool. And I got the. You want me to pull up the end of the interview? Yeah.
No, I got pull up you got the end of the interview, right?
Yes, sir, right here.
I asked everybody, you know what I'm saying? I said, if you wanna be somebody, you wanna go somewhere, you better wake up and pay attention.
If you wanna
That came from a movie, a very good movie. And I'm gonna show y'all the movie in just a second. Go ahead.
Facts, which includes, I think this interview is supposed to be about the choices that your viewers should be presented about this election, and the contrast is important.
Yes, ma'am.
And on the subject of Iran, I am offering what should be an important contrast that is presented for folks to make a
And
decision
there are
that
critics
they
who
feel.
look at what the administration did and say and think differently. Madam Vice President, they're wrapping me very hard here. I hope you got to say what you wanted to say about Donald Trump. There are a lot of things
There's more to say. I have much more
there
to
are
say,
a lot of
actually.
things that people want to learn about you and your
Straight up.
policies, and
Yes.
that's why
I invite everyone to go to KamalaHarris.com, and you will see that I have 80 pages of policies that are quite comprehensive and should be
All right, get this bitch
accessible to anyone who would like to read them.
Get this bitch out of here. We done heard what we need to hear.
Ladies and gentlemen, in the building, LS.
What up, dog? All right.
That's my chat, homie.
Amy put it in the. Amy went to Google's.
You know she did.
She went to
Boom.
Google's. I know she went to Google's because she said Sister Act when it's Sister Act 2.
Mm-hmm.
Google's. Anyway.
Back
Come
when we
on,
all
make
had
me
a crush
believe
on
what you're saying.
Can we waken this up a little?
Well, yeah, if you think you can.
Okay. Deanna. If you wanna be somebody, if you wanna go somewhere, you better wake up and pay attention.
Yeah.
Woo, that brings back memories.
Yes, it do. Sister Act 2, man. Shouts out to them. They was back in style. You know what I'm talking about?
Man, Lauryn Hill changed my world. You know what I'm saying?
Bro, listen, that movie was everything. See, that was Whoopi Goldberg who was cool with Trump.
Right? Yeah.
That was the Whoopi Goldberg who was cool with Trump right there.
Remember he was in Home Alone? Like he had a featured role.
Yeah.
And then, bro, Apprentice was my favorite. You can, Amy, anybody that knows me knows I love competitive reality shows. I just do. I think they're the most fun to watch because they're the most real of anything you get on TV, right? And you can learn a lot about humans, learning how they act and behave under pressure in any given situation, especially with lights and cameras on them. So I love that. But yeah, no, his show was so good. Apprentice was the reason it was the number one show, and NBC begged him to come back, and he didn't because he chose to run for president, if you remember. And they were mad, and they were like, "You cost us $1 billion not doing Apprentice again, so screw your president run," not realizing it was going to be a movement, So, yeah. Okay. All right. Let's get back to it. All right. So, gonna pull up some of these. Gonna get to that roasty McRoasterton. Gonna pull up some of these awesome roast clips here. So, were you able to watch the speech itself?
To my Trumps?
Yeah.
Yeah, I seen Trump. I didn't watch your boy. Oh man, the host. Right. I didn't.
Jim
I didn't
Gaffigan.
see
Yeah.
him. Yeah. I saw Trump. I saw someone else's pieces of theirs, and then I saw that horrendous video from Kamami.
Oh yeah, that was
Trump
scary.
went scorched earth, man.
What's funny is they all watched the video. That video offended Gaffigan. You know what I'm saying? Like that video, he was like, and that's a guy who does comedy. So yeah, and he was like, what are we doing? Oh, what did he say? His exact words were, "Now I know how it feels when I FaceTime my kids at their like recitals or games." It's like, damn.
And that was crazy. Like, and what bothers me is like, okay, because Trump had to, he had his speech, but it seems like he may have went off speech. He had to, unless he knew about the video ahead of time. He had to go off script. Like, I don't know what the hell that was. I'd never do that.
Exactly.
Let's go, man. Run the Trump, man. Run the Trump.
By the way, now it's time for the main event. Okay? Let's get ready to rumble.
Rumble.
This is also the part of the only part of the show that you will see on Fox News. Shortly, I will introduce President Trump, who will likely talk about how Vice President Harris's absence proves that she hates Catholics, Americans, and babies. Then CNN and MSNBC will say President Trump went too far, and Elon Musk and Fox News will say he was pitch perfect. You know, during the first and only debate, President Trump talked about migrants taking cats and eating them. You know, if you're keeping track at home, this is the second time grabbing a kitty has been part of a campaign issue.
See, look at he's laughing. He's
Yeah,
like,
he's
yeah,
laughing.
it got me.
You know, I was going to leave that out. But there's, you know, here's the thing that's so amazing about Donald Trump. It is impossible to not have a strong opinion about President Trump. You either think he is endearingly outspoken and brash, or you think he's a sociopath and you'd like to be his running mate. Donald Trump and I have a lot in common. We both have 5 children. We both have a lush mane of golden hair. And we both try to travel as much as possible to get away from our families. President Trump, before I invite you up here to the podium, I want you to know if you are reelected, I always liked you. And I'm not saying that because I don't want to be sent to a labor camp. Well, I guess that's the reason, sir. Ladies and gentlemen, I'd like to bring up a man who loves New York City. He is the Republican nominee and the 45th President of the United States, President Donald J. Trump.
Up here and I see this is beautiful teleprompter. So here I am. But it is a tremendous thing. It's a tremendous dinner. I've come here with my father. So it was 3 times, but it was also many times before that, a long time ago. And it's a very special dinner. And you've done a fantastic job, Cardinal. Thank you very much. I appreciate it. So I'd like to thank Your Eminence very much and members of the clergy, so many people I know. Speaker of the House Johnson. And guess what happened? But you're going to win. I think you're going to win. I know you're going to win.
Back
So
it
good
up.
luck.
Back it up.
It's about, he's a good man. Senator Gillibrand, thank you very much. Thank you very much for working hard. Governor Hochul, wherever you may be up, this is a big day, right? Where is the governor? Good job. It's not an easy one, is it? But you're doing all right. We have to get a little money from the federal government, I have to tell you. It's about time. It's about time. Mayor Adams, good luck with everything. They went after you. They went after you, Mayor. Yeah, boy, I knew that. 9.5 months ago, I said, he just said something about the administration. He's going to be indicted any moment. And guess what happened? But you're going to win. I think you're going to win. I know you're going to win. So good
Boom.
luck. Good luck.
Bro, I don't care who you are. If I'm hemmed up and that man is running for president and he's like, I'm on your side, bro, I'm hauling for him. I am screaming for him because I need that man to win. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, for real.
So, yeah.
I don't like what they do. I don't like what they do. And also distinguished, got so many friends up here. It's great. A lot of great friends, and some of my best friends. And you are right, they are distinguished and they are wealthy for the most part. A couple are having a hard time, but they're going to get over it. I also want to thank my very beautiful wife, and thank you for mentioning, but can you believe this? She did a book, and it's a really good book, and she worked hard on it, and it just became #1 on the New York Times list. So I think that's okay.
Hey. Look at that reptile right there in the corner.
That's not an easy thing to do.
Look at him rolling his eyes.
Trump, and you're on the New York Times list. That must be selling like hotcakes. But thank you for mentioning. I appreciate it. Good job you did. It's a true pleasure to be with you this evening. Amazing pleasure. And these days, it's really a pleasure anywhere in New York without a subpoena for my appearance. Anytime I don't get a subpoena, I'm very happy. They've gone after me, Mr. Mayor. You're peanuts compared to what they've done to me.
That's true, though.
And you're going to be okay. But I have to be careful, however, to understand that this will be the first time in the history of this event where jokes will be fact-checked, and they will be. And they will be. It's been a long tradition for both Democrat and Republican candidates for president of the United States to attend this dinner. It's a rule. You got to go to the dinner. You got to do it. Otherwise, bad things are going to happen to you from up there. You can't do what I just saw on that screen. But my opponent feels like she does not have to be here, which is deeply disrespectful to the event and in particular to our great Catholic community. Very disrespectful.
Look at this little reptile squirm. Look at his
The
squirming
last
little
Democrat
Squirm.
not to attend this important event was Walter Mondale, and it did not go very well for him. He lost 49 states and he won one, Minnesota. So I said, there's no way I'm missing it. Actually, it was not easy for me to get here tonight. God, I wasn't going to miss this thing, no matter, I didn't care. I wasn't going to miss it. But that's true. Walter Mondale, 49-1. He was expected to do well, and it didn't work out. It shows you there is a God. I mean, for those people that are questioning it.
Yeah.
I understand the real reason that she's not here is she's hunting with her running mate, spending a lot of time hunting. In any event, it's a weird. You know the word weird. They call me weird. They call JD weird. We're very solid people. This guy is calling us weird, but this was weird that the Democrat candidate is not here and with us tonight. I want to also congratulate somebody's going to make us all healthy. RFK Jr., we love you. I don't see him. He's campaigning all over the place. He's campaigning. You're all over.
Killed it on Gutfeld Friday night, by the way.
Nice to see you, bro. You're doing a good job. He's a great guy, too. He really is. He's going to make us a healthier place. We're going to let him go wild for a little while. Then I'm going to have to maybe rein him back. Because he's got some pretty wild ideas, but most of them are really good, I think. He's a good man, and he believes the environment, the healthy people. He wants healthy people. He wants healthy food, and he's going to do it. He's going to have a big chance to do it because we do need that. I would not have missed the Al Smith dinner for anything in the world. I still remember coming here as a very young guy with my father, Fred. He was a great guy, my father. He was a tough cookie, but he had a very big heart. He was, anytime we'd walk down the street, and you don't see it too much anymore, there'd be people standing with tin cans, and he would always take out $100 and put it in that can. And I always thought it was beautiful. And frankly, I even think more so now it was beautiful because nowadays you don't see it so much.
No.
But I miss him, and we used to come here very religiously. And a great New York tradition has been born 79 years ago. It was born 79 years ago, and there are some people that were here for almost that length. I know many of them, and it's not a pretty picture. Not a pretty picture. The two candidates for president are supposed to exchange good-natured barbs, and you know we get along very well. I didn't like Biden very much, and now I like him quite a bit. You know, and now I say that she's much worse than him. He was a much better candidate than her, actually.
True.
And when we hopefully win, dispose of her, I like her a lot, but right now I can't stand her. It's true. I can't stand her. I've never liked people that I was competing against. When you do, a lot of bad things happen. And we are doing well. By the way, the votes are starting to come in. You got to get out and vote. And Catholics, you got to vote for me. Just remember. You better remember I'm here. And she's not. I could have done that too. But you do something that's incredible. The Catholic Church, you're helping the poor, educating children, and supporting the vulnerable. But if you really wanted Vice President Harris to accept your invitation, I guess you should have told her the funds were going to bail out the looters and rioters in Minneapolis, and she would have been here, guaranteed she would have been here.
Okay, so I just have to tell you, you know how nice it is to have a president who knows how to hit a punchline. Okay, so the key there, as a literal professional comedian, like you can't take it from me. The check's cleared. You know what I mean? It's all there. So I made a living as a comedian, as a man who paid my bills by going on stage and telling jokes. There is a craft to that, just like a DJ. Mofos think, oh, I got a laptop and and a little mini turntable setup. I can be a DJ. No, there is a skill. There is an understanding when you're dropping your beats, when you're, whatever you're doing. I know I'm not a DJ. I work with many DJs. I love what you do, but there's a skill to what you do. There is something that makes a good DJ versus not a good DJ. If it was easy, we'd all do it, right? We'd all be the cool guy dropping beats and getting love. It takes work. It takes understanding. And I want to show you guys this because this was amazing. This is how you drop a joke. Okay, so setup. He goes into the setup real chill, nonchalantly.
And she's not. I could have done that too. It's not a pretty picture. Now I say that she's much worse than him. He was a much better candidate than her, actually. And when we hopefully win, dispose of her, I like her a lot, but right now I can't stand her.
Right now I can't stand her. That's the setup.
I've never liked people that I was competing against. When you do, a lot of bad things happen. And we are doing well. By the way, the votes are starting to come in. You got to get out and vote. In Catholic,
of course, that's side note. You got to get out and vote.
Just remember. You better
work
remember
that in.
I'm here.
He's so good. He worked. You got to get out and vote into the joke. That's a whole nother level of understanding language, presentation language, telling jokes, presentating. Excuse me.
She's not. I could have done that too. But you do something that's incredible. The Catholic Church, you're helping the poor, educating children, and supporting the vulnerable. But if you really wanted
See, fact, right? And then you're doing all this. The problem is she's not here. So you create the problem, and the punchline is what solves that problem, right?
President Harris to accept your invitation, I guess you should have told her the funds.
Boom, then he goes up. He goes da-da-da-da. Then he pauses. Then he goes funds up. It's these little things, guys. I'm breaking down comedy.
Supporting the vulnerable. But if you really wanted Vice President Harris to accept your invitation, I guess you should have told her the funds.
Boom.
We're going to bail out the looters and rioters in Minneapolis, and she would have been here, guaranteed.
She would have been here, guaranteed. She would have been here. And then pause. And then he pauses perfectly. Guaranteed. That's a tag. That's called a tag.
She would have been okay. She would have been okay with that. But I know this isn't my normal crowd tonight because it just isn't. It's not my normal crowd. Believe me, my normal crowd is younger, has a lot more energy. But you have certain advantages too, like cash. Lots of cash. But many of you are Manhattan liberals from the media and the Democrat Party. I always say the Democrat, Chuck doesn't like that. He likes Democratic, and it sounds much more beautiful. The Democratic Party. I always say the Democrat Party because it sounds worse.
You see what he did there? That's called a one-liner. It's in the process of getting to the overall joke, I'm dropping a comedy hit on you. You know what I mean? That's a jab before I hit you with the knockout. I call it the Democratic part, because it sounds worse. Boom, moving on. I'm not going to sit and rest on it. I'm going to move right on. So anyway, you get the idea. Of course, we're over. So I'm going to go ahead and go to the highlights because, well,
I used to think the Democrats were crazy for saying that men have.
Let's see here. Make sure this is up and rolling. Yeah. Let's go.
I used to think the Democrats were crazy for saying that men have periods. But then I met Tim Walz.
See how he
Well, I'd better wrap up because Mayor Adams told me earlier that I needed to make this one very quick, especially The city has reserved this room for a large group of illegal aliens coming in from Texas. There's a group called White Dudes for Harris. Have you seen this? White Dudes for Harris. Anybody know? Are some of you here? White Dudes for Harris? Doesn't sound like it. But I'm not worried about them at all because their wives and their wives' lovers are all voting for me.
See that? Everybody cracked up at that.
Yeah.
Everybody cracked. Best joke of the night, in my opinion. Their wives and their wives' lovers are voting. It takes an understanding. I don't think Kamala could have delivered that line, understanding how you have to deliver that line. You have to, you have to make the wives' lovers part matter of fact, right? You have to make that matter of fact for it to be funny instead of going, "Oh, I'm clever. I thought of something," because that takes it away from its reality. I don't want to get into the weeds of comedy. I just want to let you know Trump does get it. It's so nice to have a president who at least understands how the mechanisms of comedy works. And for your part, my bro, you know he loves to DJ. That's another thing we know about Trump. He loves to DJ. So, not saying he's a pro at it, but he loves to like comedy. He's not a professional comedian, but he digs these things and he understands us, the people who do them. Because if you understand our craft, you understand us to a certain extent. So, anyway, man, all respect there. We'll wrap that.
A major issue in this race is childcare, and Kamala has put forward a concept of a plan. A lot of people don't like it. The only piece of advice I would have for her in the event that she wins would be not to let her husband, Doug, anywhere near the nannies. That's a nasty one. Chuck Schumer is here looking very glum. Doesn't he look glum? He looks glum. But look on the bright side, Chuck, considering how woke your party has become. If Kamala loses, you still have a chance to become the first woman president.
You know what I'm saying?
Got him. Look at Trump's face. Look at his face.
So proud. So proud. It was
He's like,
if
yeah,
I
you little
don't win,
bitch.
it was almost worth it right now for this.
Yeah, you little bitch.
So good. So good. Happy about it. Now we're going to get to my man Gaffigan. We're going to get to the pro. Now, I think Gaffigan helped write his jokes, but let's check out some of Gaffigan's work here because Gaffigan, one of the best clean comedians to ever live, period, which makes him one of the best comics. I would put him up there with Cosby before Cosby got, weird. Cosby, no one disagreed.
Talk about the pudding pops.
Yeah, no, don't talk. If we take that part out of it, at the very beginning, I remember being a little kid. I remember my grandfather. I remember my mother. I remember everybody watching Cosby. It's just what you did. When Cosby had a special in America, we got like back in the day when Will Smith had a movie, Independence Day, in the beginning, 20 years ago. When that happened, we all just went. That was just what we did. And Gaffigan, same level. And here's some of his work at the night. And remember, he was a never Trumper.
This event has been referred to as the Catholic Met Gala. 22% of Americans identify as Catholic. Catholics will be a key demographic in every battleground state. I'm sorry, why is Vice President Harris not here?
Hey. Look at Trump's face. Oh, yeah.
I mean, consider this. This is a room full of Catholics and Jews in New York City. This is a layup for the Democratic nominee. I mean, in her defense, she did find time to appear on The View, Howard Stern, Colbert, and the longtime staple of campaigning, the Call Her Daddy podcast. You know what I think it is? I think she doesn't like me. Chuck, do I have bad breath? But I love New York City. I believe that.
Anyway, so just a little bit there. But even, man, I'm telling you, the game has changed, bro. It's different now.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Before.
Hopefully she gets that Walter Mondale, you know.
Yep.
Walter Mondale only got 13 electoral votes in the 1984 election. Meanwhile, Ronald Reagan got 525 electoral votes.
Only needed 222 to win, I believe. Or no, 270. Yeah.
270.
Yeah.
And they almost got double that. Well, actually, yeah, they almost got double that.
Yeah, almost double. Yeah. Which is almost, 50-1. At the end of the day, he took one state. Yeah, I'm telling, man, Tyrus keeps saying, and I hope it's true, is that I'm getting some packet loss, guys. Forgive me if my internet, there it goes back. It's going to be wrapped by 10:30. 10:30 at night.
I hope so.
Eastern. We're all going to be like, oh, Trump's our guy. Trump's our next president, So
I hope so.
It's going to be awesome. I'm going to wait for next week. Next week, I really want to break down what we think is going to happen when he wins, meaning the shenanigans, you know what I'm saying? What they're going to do. And then when it is too big to rig and there are too many people standing there en masse going, no, I voted for Trump. Or, you know what I mean? I did not vote for Kamala. What happens? What do they do? I mean, we know, we have them in our chat. We have crazy people who will literally ignore factual things they can see with their own eyes and ears and go, no, because, Trump said something bad 20 years ago that he didn't even say. But we'll get into it next week. But I'm interested to know, because you are special in this, man. You understand this stuff on the next level, as far as, last time around and the people you know personally and what you've had to deal with. So your insight to what we should prepare for and get ready for is going to be really valuable coming up, even if nobody else knows it or sees it yet. So, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
It's just me drops in. Rapsenberger just said today that all Georgia voters living abroad won't be completely counted for 3 days after Election Day. What's your thoughts on that?
We're going to vote in so large a number, it won't even fucking matter.
Yeah. It'll be one of those, we've got 3 days to get all these other votes in, but it doesn't matter if they're all for Kamala. It matters not. You know what I mean? So...
Right. We got 4,000 outstanding ballots from people out of country, but Trump won by 60,000.
Right.
Those 4,000 won't even matter.
At all. At all. All right, man. Well, and let's see here. Come on, man. Come on, Pinterest. I'm trying to pull something. Let's see here.
Well, he gets stuff together, guys. It's homecoming week. I'm so happy. I'm stoked.
It is homecoming week. It's a big week. It's a fun week. It's a huge week. Got a big week coming. Let's see. Trying to make this work. There we go. Boom! Ladies and gentlemen, happy birthday, DJ Protocol. It's your birthday. Go, shorty. It's your birthday. We gonna party like it's your birthday. So talk to us, dog. So your birthday is Tuesday, for those that don't know.
Yep, birthday's on Tuesday.
Big week coming. What do you got planned? What are you thinking? Oh, and homecoming, right? So
yes, homecoming's this coming weekend. So I'm gonna work. Gonna eat good on Tuesday.
Hell yeah.
Gonna do a few things on Wednesday. It's like we're getting close to the end of the election, so I'm going hard in the paint. Right now, I'm just going out for new work, tracking down old checks, accounts receivable, that haven't came in just yet. and get ready for Friday. Friday will be a live show from on location, and
Where at?
I'll let y'all know this week.
Okay. Okay. Fair enough.
Then Saturday, we're gonna do homecoming tailgating. It's the homecoming Savannah State game. It's going down. My brother, the James Channel, is coming down. He also graduated from Savannah State, and we've partnered up and we have tents, and we're gonna do a podcast, joint podcast, broadcast, if you would, from Savannah State. I got the drone. Remember, guys, I told you I bought the drone. I need to do something. Well, we have the drone.
Hell
We're
yeah.
gonna make big shit pop, you know. So
That's
the mission
exciting.
there with that, and we're gonna have fun. You know, we got the MAGA chicken, Make American Grilling Great Again seasoning on deck. We're gonna throw some chicken on the grill. Also, we got Ville's Grill coming out. Yeah, it's gonna be fun. He's cooking up the best wings in the city as well, and we're gonna be talking. We're gonna do some interviews. We're gonna talk to people because the Trump flag is gonna be flying and shit. And people gonna have questions. It's gonna be big. Also, I'm waiting on final confirmation. We're supposed to have Judge Joe Brown as well on that Saturday. Coming
Wow.
through on the podcast. So, it's gonna be fun, man. Homecoming is gonna be lit. It's gonna be
And
lit.
You're gonna have
And then
homegirl.
somewhere in there, I'm hearing I'm picking up things from family members. So one day this week, there's definitely going to be some type of event being put on by close family members for me. Don't know what day it's going to be. A damn show ain't going to be Friday. A damn show ain't going to be Saturday. I don't give a fuck how they feel. You know what I'm saying? I am indisposed of. Any other day, I don't know what day it's going to be this week, but it's coming. Call me Phil Collins.
They said,
Do not come. Do not come.
but you said,
I'm gonna come.
brilliant. That is awesome. By the way, Kelsey, I timed you out for 5 minutes if you were confused. It's because we're talking about Pro's birthday. You say happy birthday to Protocol, then you may continue to chat. Otherwise, you don't get to chat in here. You behave. You say happy birthday to the man that is out here busting his ass. Oh, and speaking of busting his ass, and speaking of the exact same thing, man, the exact same thing Tyrus was talking about with Trump. Speaking of that, right? We got the same stuff here. You know what I mean? Let me get that. Oh, it ain't offering me share this tab instead. So I'm gonna have to do a present. I'm gonna have to remove, do a present, stop screen, share screen. My man didn't ask me to do this. So I did warn ahead of time. I want to talk about it. And I know we're over time, but this is very important, man. So this right here, right? So this is Pro. Enjoying life, helping family, and spreading great vibes, feeding the hungry Christmas in October. My man was telling me about Christmas in October. And I'm going to play this little video of the music because it looked like it was so much fun. A little tight video. By the way, man, Savannah's talent, your talent pool is so not representative.
So I'm gonna show you who that is. Play that and let me see what song that is. If it's what I think it is, go ahead and play it.
Yeah, and what I mean by that in Savannah, I just want to say this, man. For a small town, there is talent busting at the seams, from music to acting to writers to producers to podcasters to radio. Savannah is just one of those special towns, man. And this is proof. See how good they are?
You don't know who that is, do you?
I thought it was a local Savannah band.
No, well, they're from Savannah. They are from Savannah. Let me see. Do I have any people that are lovers of the funk in the building?
I'm gonna embarrass myself because I do love the funk, but oh wow, get on
Yeah.
down.
You are, yeah. All right. All right.
Is that really them? Is that
Yeah, that's
really
really
them,
them.
bro?
That's really them. That's Jimmy Lord Brown and Curtis.
Wow. Wow.
That's Jimmy Lord Brown, bro. That
Just
is
chilling. See, okay, so like you just don't expect them at a little charity event. You know what I mean?
well,
Not a
so
little one, but
Jimmy Lord Brown. Jimmy Lord Brown is from Savannah, Georgia.
wow.
That is Jimmy Lord Brown and Curtis from the legendary funk band Brick.
Yes.
That is Brick, y'all. Their most popular song was Daz, which that song right there, Ain't Gonna Hurt Nobody, was a popular song as well. As we see, let me see right here. Share this one. Boom. Ain't Gonna Hurt Nobody has 3 million views, 3.1 million views right now on YouTube. All right. But yeah, going back to Brick, Daz, which is my favorite Brick song, honestly. Look, this one right here from 16 years old has 8.7 million views, right? Daz from 1976, right? It topped number 3 on the US pop charts, number 1 on US R&B, and it went to number 36 in the UK singles. All right. So yeah, man, that's Jimmy Lord Brown from Brick.
Wow.
So let me see. Jimmy be playing the horn still. And it's a couple of videos on there. I think I got 2 of their videos performing. Go back to them, bros. I'll stop me for a second. I got a couple of their videos of them performing. And I think I got Jimmy on the horn.
Yeah, man, he was grooving on this video a little bit. You
Yeah.
see him a little bit, just pick it up like it's no big deal. And they're so tight. Like for music, these guys are so smooth and tight. Look at that. Well, I mean, there you go. Okay, yeah, we go back to a couple more, but yeah. Yes, we have. Ooh, and then let's go. Oh, it won't let me click. Let's see what I got here.
Yeah, man.
No, this is the food.
Yeah, we partner up with Farmers and Purdue Chicken, and we have the Farm to Table giveaway, bro, and we give everybody, fresh vegetables and some chicken.
Look at that, man.
Or whatever meat that we get. It was Christmas in October, so those are the toys that we have for the kiddos.
Look at school supplies. Supplies, bro. Wife being a teacher, I you know what I mean? That's important to me because people don't understand. Man, a poor kid that can't even have little crayons, bro. You know how sad that is, bro? It's like we don't live in that, like people don't live in that world till they live in that world. And when you're sitting there with kids whose parents like, I can't afford to put crayons in their hand. Like that's
right.
Man.
Well, the good thing, I was saying about this is this isn't just for, this is for any and everybody. This isn't just for the poor people. I can't afford it. You know what I'm saying? This is for the barely afford it. This is to help you get over the hump. You know what I'm saying? This is for everybody. It's for everybody. And the one thing I love about this event is we do it to link the community, the ones who can barely afford it, the ones who can afford it, the ones who can't afford it at all of them in the same room, grooving, eating, enjoying life. You know what I'm saying? I said there, I am the MC of every one of our events. All right. I'm the master of ceremonies. I rock the mic. I control the mic. I control the flow of the show. Every event. One of the things that I said on mic was, hell, Kroger's and Publix is highly upset with us because they're making a fortune off of the groceries that we're in here giving away for free.
Yeah, it's true though.
And it's just to be able to do that, just any and everybody, just to be able to say, yeah, I was there, what I'm saying, to help you get over the hump, make ends meet, not have to worry about at least 2 meals.
And that's it's so
Shouts out to my
important.
brother, man.
Word, shout out. Which brother?
The representative.
Oh yeah. Shout out to him, man.
Yeah, he was in there, man. That's a nonprofit, man, that he started way back 16 years ago, and I've been right there with him ever since.
I just want to do a little fun. Let me just Michael C. Hall growing up poor the way I grew up poor. Okay, so let's add this up. $5 for the paints. Another say $3 for the crayons. Another easy $2 for the chalk. I can't quite see. I think that's a $7 on it. Wow. So let's just say another 5, right? So that's $12 right there. Coloring book, another 2, 3, say 15. Easy, another 10. Low end for a stuffed animal. You know what I mean? That's another 25. You know what I mean? Then another box of crayons that you're going to need. Maybe a jump rope, a yo-yo, just something nice. All in, you're looking at $50-$60 easy for any child, any kid who would love this stuff and doesn't care how much you pay for it. Is just happy to have it. Now, guess what that also is? An electric bill. I mean, a small house electric bill, but if you're poor, look, you know what I'm saying? It's gas for the week. $60 is gas for the week for a lot of folks back and forth to work. You know what I mean? And think about that. These kids have this stuff for a long time until they wear it out. You know, at least, you know, a little while. And you got gas in your car versus, I'm sorry, you don't get crayons. You don't get chalk. You don't get a stuffed animal. You don't get a jump rope. You don't get a yo-yo. You don't get, a little board game. You don't get a coloring book because I got to put gas in the car, hun. Look, I grew up with only my mother. Just me and my mother, Section 8 housing, Midwest City, Oklahoma, 82% black city. Look it up, Midwest City, Oklahoma, okay? And I'm telling you, man, I remember the days where it was we get to eat or you can have that G.I. Joe or whatever it was. You know what I'm saying? You can have that pencil set, but sorry, mom's got to get to work, you know? This matters, dude. This is what matters. Like, bro, you're talking to the worldwide BBC, one of the largest leaders in world news. Then you're hitting some of the largest independent podcast platforms, including, it's like Hotep Jesus is there too. That counts too, to an extent. And then you're doing all that. You're helping your brothers, man. You're in a studio with your brother, bringing light to him and his business while he's got to pick up a second job to keep his business afloat. You know what I mean? You're doing that. Bro, I was excited about today, man. I was excited. This is one of my most exciting shows because while we're partners, I also get to have you as a guest, if you will. And if you were just a dude I was a fan of that I enjoyed watching, and you said Sunday night I'll come and sit for a couple hours and rap with you, bro. And you're my friend, dude. I'm a blessed man. We're all blessed. You know what I'm saying? So shout out to the homie. You know what I mean? This is amazing. We got more farm to table, eating better than a lot of people on foodies. Trust, I know. Boom, and look at all those people helping. Look at all of that beautiful, delicious food, man. Do you know about the volunteers? You want to tell us a little bit about the volunteers?
You know, they're different people and organizations made up of different people from all around the city, man. From all around the city, man. The servers right there, like I said, there's organizations like there's a women's organization. There was a few Greeks, some OGs who just want to come out and help our servers, man. We've had elected officials that was servers and other people that are around, you know, that are looking to help the people, man. They were there, man. They were ready.
I like my man's face. You like that chicken, don't you? Yes, sir, I do. You about to go home and make you some good chicken wings, huh? Or chicken fingers, huh? Yes, sir, I am. You know
And listen, so you got right there all the green packs. Those are chicken breasts and chicken tenderloins, right? Going all the way down that line.
And free range too. The most expensive stuff in the store, by the way.
Expensive stuff, yep. And then at the end, at the beginning down there, right there, right? So right there at the start of the chicken breast, right there, you got whole chicken. So where your mouse is, right there, those are Cornish hens that your mouse was just showing with the purple tops.
Nice.
And then to the right of them, Those are chicken wings, and then to the right of them, those are whole fryer chickens, man. And behind those people back there, those are cases and cases of everything that we just named on that table as far as the chicken is concerned. So that's how much chicken that we had to give away. We had collard greens right there. We got celery right there. We got some Vidalia onions. And if you don't know about Vidalia onions, boy, those are
Missing
Vidalia onions right there. Those are red bell peppers. Those are green bell peppers. There's some squash down there, some zucchini down there. There's some cabbage down there. There's some potatoes down there. Yeah, man. Farm to table, baby.
And that's you know, man, I'm not, not to get too preachy, but it is Sunday, so bear with me for a second. But in the word, they said, how do we prove we're Christians to Jesus? They went to Jesus and they were like, how do we prove we're Christians? How do we prove we're, rolling with you? We're part of your team. And he said, if you love me, you will feed my people. And it's something we forget a lot. And that's the thing, man, is that you're feeding the people. You could have been in the studio. You could have been kicking it. You could have been with your Greek fam. You know what I mean? But no, you were there participating, feeding the people. And honestly, it looked like a hell of a time. It looked like a party. It looked like a place anyone would want to be, man. You have a legendary funk band, an amazing DJ MC, some of the best food money can buy. Why not go, man? Shoot, that looked fun. So, yeah. It was awesome. So, man, I just, I think we're about on the wrap, here. So, let me just, I think energy's good. We're going to let the people go. 10 Central, 11 East. What do you want to tell the people? What do you want to leave the people with?
Man, I want to leave the people with, listen, don't worry about these weirdos out here. You know what's up. You know who we need to vote for. You know what we need to bring back. If you want common decency brought back to this country, if you want money brought back to this country, if you want jobs brought back to this country, if you want your life to be what it was between 2017, 18, 19, if you want that to come back with no interruption from no BS of a scam-demic, then you know who you need to put back in office. Don't follow these crazy people. Don't let them lead you to thinking that, oh my God, there's going to be a riot and there's going to be Hitler's army walking through the streets. Yo, listen, those people are fucking morons. They're lost. They're the lost ones, okay? They're the ones you said, look, they're in the wrong, fuck the wrong rally. They're in the wrong people faces, okay? They're not welcome here. You let them know that you go help. You need to go have a little talk with Jesus and tell him all about your troubles. That's what you need to do. I'm not here to baby you, call to you of none of the above. You understand? We're here to save this country. Get active, learn something, be somebody, and hit me up on my Cash App, $PRO, the number 2, KALL. Send me some birthday love. I much appreciate it. Look, I ain't never did this before ever, but I'm feeling myself now, especially having to deal. Listen, individual in which we have to deal with. Thank you. Individual that we have to deal with, you go ahead and send me a little something. Show me it's real. Show me it's love and you really want to know more and do more. Show me that. Hit me on my Cash App. Let me put your money where your mouth is. Show me where your heart at. How about that?
Exactly.
Do me that favor. Outside of that, hey man, it's gonna be real. We finna have a very fun week. I appreciate y'all for rocking with us, man. Follow me on all my socials, Seaport Pro at CPORTPRO, or you can look up Protocol, PRO, the number 2, KALL. I appreciate y'all. Damn, boy, we almost went 3 hours tonight.
And it went so fast tonight, too.
Yes, it did.
It went fast tonight, man. We did good. Yeah, we didn't get. Yeah, we had to. LS, you're right. We wanted to cover it. We had to cut the Kamala basically throwing Christians out of her rally for being Christian. We just decided we'll hit it next week because that's gonna marinate. That ain't going nowhere.
We got to talk about one more thing before we leave. One more thing. Matter of fact, I got to make a trip, and I think on my way back in, I am going to stop and smell some roses. And not only would I smell some roses, I might even smell me some of this. gonna get me some of this.
Yeah! Oh, we got it. Yes. Worth it.
I like this show. I think I might come back and do it again. Thank you. I like this show. I think I might come back and do it again. Thank you. I like this show. I think I might come back and do it again. Thank you. I like this show. I think I might come back and do it again.
That was hilarious.
McDonald's now versus now I have worked.
Check this out.
Mr. President, you actually have worked at McDonald's now versus
Now I have worked at McDonald's. I've now worked for 15 minutes more than Kamala.
Are you going to put this on your resume?
I never worked here.
Why would she lie about something like that? Will be put on
Make it fact.
Mr. President, you actually have worked at McDonald's now versus
Now he has officially worked at McDonald's. Yo, look at this. Look outside.
Look, I know, right?
They know damn well they ain't finna get no fries, no nuggets, no nothing.
Good Lord.
And they want to talk about his rallies not being in attendance. These motherfuckers with the McDonald's, and you talk about a damn rally?
He can't even go to McDonald's. Look at that. Down the block. Down the block. And why did she lie about McDonald's over and over?
Who is this?
And then, of course, you got, who is that?
Who is, I don't know. Let me see.
Trump was coming to the local. All right, Patriot fam, that was so amazing. So it is not lost on me that I'm all the way from Florida here in Pennsylvania, right, where we're door knocking and streets away. Trump was coming to the local McDonald's to work McDonald's, and it is so not lost on me. This is all a God moment, and I'm just reveling in this moment right now. But to see the amount of children that are out here with their parents really having a heart for freedom and a heart for liberty and wanting to change what we're currently seeing with this disgusting, horrible lack of leadership, intentional, incompetent administration it's so heartwarming, and it brings hope back to the American people that we can take our country back.
That's it.
Yes.
We can and we will. We're taking our country back.
We're
taking our country back.
We will let that fine American woman tell it for all of us. Oh, by the way, speaking of fine American women, this weekend also we can be on the lookout for Homegirl. She gonna be in Savannah too, right? Your girl, your partner, basically one of your partners in the Trump movement, in our MAGA movement. The
homie is pulling up in the city.
Yeah.
And just know when we pop out on film, you're gonna be like, oh, they did it. And they'll be like, yes, we did.
The game has changed, man. If I may rap with the Caucasian perspective on it all, you know what I mean? P-Rye. Oh, no, not the other one. The other one. The other one. I'll give you a hint. HBCUs. But anyway, let me just hit all you white Dems that are angry and confused about all this, and all your racism is showing that your political party you thought protected you. Let me just break this down on that Caucasian level real fast, okay? As we all know, man, America is downstream from culture. Politics is downstream from culture, and America is influenced probably the most heavily by Black culture, whether it be comedy, whether it be music, whether it be film, television. There are a lot of Black influences in these things that make them better. That's why they get to stay. Because believe it or not, in the entertainment industry, you got to know people, but you also got to be good to stay. And the thing that I saw, man, was Kalai coming back. I think she is. The thing I saw was, it was basically this video in the hood, Chicago, and it was real deal. And it was these real straight Chicago hood brothers. And they were like, we rolling with Trump. And I got to tell you, I knew right then and there the game had changed. Because when they were standing up and they were chest out and they were being strong with it, you already know that a lot of our culture comes from that. If you don't believe me, see Snoop Dogg, see Kanye West, right? See Eminem. Okay? These people became our big, huge pop stars. They became our Bruce Springsteens and our Neil Diamonds. And they're straight hip hop from the hood because it influences our culture in a real way. And the hood is now calling for Trump. And that's the deal. And you ain't got to worry about it. And you don't understand it because you don't live in the hood. And you don't live by the hood's rules. And you don't have to make it daily in the hood. So you don't understand it, and you're not supposed to. It ain't for you. You just respect it. You appreciate it, and you understand that the movement that is coming through now is a grassroots movement that wasn't put on by record companies or by internet companies and blasted in your screens and in your face. This is a movement by the people, something that hardly happens anymore. And if it does happen, it usually happens in poor communities, right? So this is a real movement that's really going on in the real hood and in the real hoods of America, which goes up to the middle class of America. And the rich has to respond because guess who works for the rich folk? The rich folks stay the rich folk because they hire good people, okay? So this situation, if you don't understand or you want to attack white people that are pointing it out, such as me, suck it up, Buttercup. It's because culture. It's because the Dems have failed us. As RFK and Tulsi said, the Dem left us. We didn't leave the Democratic Party. The Democratic Party left us. And Trump is the leader that we need. And now he's got RFK, Tulsi Gabbard, Elon Musk, right? And they are coming through. And now he got the hood. Vote for Trump. Be proud of it. Tell people, hey, look, man, I may not love everything the man does. I don't love everything my daddy or my uncles do. But you know what? When it comes to running the country, at least the man has done it better than the guys we have in there now. And he's still hanging with the people. And now he's working even harder than he did last time to be with the people. So that's what I got on that, man. I want to thank you guys. Make sure you follow Pro. Make sure you go to the Cash App Protocol for his birthday this week. Drop that $1. Drop that $20. And thank you guys so much for listening. Pro, what do you want to leave the people with?
Earlier today, former President Trump visited McDonald's restaurant in Pennsylvania following a request made to our local franchise. Though we're not a political brand, we've been proud to hear former President Trump's love for McDonald's and Vice President Harris' fond memories working under the arches. While we and our franchises don't have records dating back to the early 80s, what makes 1 in 8 so powerful is the shared experience so many Americans have. Yeah. It's the same approach that franchises have invited Vice President Harris and Governor Walz to their restaurants in order to share how McDonald's provides meaningful pathways economics. So Trump went, and now they're running damage. So fuck them. You know what I'm saying? I'm still going to get me some golden arches and fuck Kamala Harris. Yep. And it's my birthday, and I was supposed to be good and nice, but I think I got thrown out the window earlier when jackasses wanted to be jackasses in these streets. Anyway, appreciate y'all for rocking with us, man. Share the stream. Hope you enjoyed it. I know you enjoyed it. Appreciate you for being a Ringside Rumbler. If you're not subscribing, hit the subscribe button, hit the like, and share this with somebody who may need to experience it. Also, go back and watch Friday Night Flights from this past Friday. It was definitely a very, very dope episode.
Powerful.
See you guys later on this week.
It was such a great episode. Probably my favorite in a long time. I mean, not that I don't love them all, but it was one of those episodes that stood out that you save, like in your just save podcasts. Because hey, man, later I'm going to be on a road trip, and I'm going to be glad I have this. So definitely download it. LS asks, as a white man, what do you think about what Obama said to black men? Man, I'll be honest. When I heard that, all I could think is, to me, personally, the Democratic Party talks down to black people. It has for a long time. It assumes black people are one thing, and if you're not, they beat you up until you go to be that thing. And this was just a continuation of that. And also, he looked so gay. He looked so scared around being surrounded by a bunch of real black men. He looked like, and he looked, I don't know. He looked like he was more interested in black dick than black votes. That's all I'm gonna say. He wanted a whole different BBC.
With that being said,
Sorry. LS, that's a horrible way to go out. You guys, thank you so much. Follow Protocol on Instagram, Twitter, Facebook. Make sure you cash out my brother for his birthday. He's going to be the big 3-6. 3-6, yeah?
3-6.
Boom. Guys, thank you so much for tuning in. This has been Rumble on Rumble number 43, the winning. And happy birthday, Pro. We are